breakfast in bed. I like waking up to the smell of bacon. Sue me. And since I don't have a butler, I have to do it myself.
What is going on, everybody? My name is the Osnator, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're just going to have a bit of a relaxing sort of stream where we're just going to be ranking all 34, yes, I counted, 34 of the Marvel MCU related stuff. So,
it should be fun.
I hope it's fun. I mean, we're going to definitely get into some conversation about some of it, but I mean, I think this should be a very fun, relaxing stream because I think we're both going to have very differing opinions on
yeah, we are.
Our tastes of the MCU, if that makes any sense. I think Ninjoid should be coming on soon. I don't know when he's showing up, so he'll
unfortunately, I don't know where he is.
So, but right now with me is Dylan's Little Hobbies. What's up, Dylan?
Not much, man. I just finished dinner and I'm having a blast. Actually, dude, one of my favorite bands, the Red Light Kings, came out with a new song. I've been listening to it all day. I can't stop listening to it. I'm stopping it for the stream, though, but man, you guys should go check out that band. It's amazing, the new song. With that said, you can find me on Austin Channel, Ninjoid243. Thanks for having me on, bro. Sauerkraut's channel as well. I do a whole bunch on my channel. Dude, this should be fun. This should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be very, very fun, I will say. David comes in, his bottom three is
What's
Iron
up, David?
Man, I guess in terms of movies, Iron Man 2, Thor: The Dark World, and Captain Marvel. Oh wait, no, Ant-Man 2. Sorry, not Iron Man 2. I don't know what. Duh, I just saw Man 2 and I'm like, wait a minute. That's Iron Man 2,
not
right?
Iron Man 2, yeah. Actually, when it comes to Iron Man 2, you guys are going to hate where I put that movie.
Oh,
I can't help it, though. It's one of my... Not spoiling it.
Oh God, that's scary. But how we're gonna do this? I was going to have all the shows and movies in one list, but I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, it got too complicated for me at least.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, let's just do two different lists. It'll be easier for everybody involved. So let's just get right down to it. I mean, I know that's what everyone's here for, right? Like they're not here to see us. They're here
to see our list. Yeah.
So, Dylan, I will let you go first since you're my guest, and I will share.
All right, so we're just showing all six at once, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so the 6 shows, my least favorite is indeed The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I am going to say this. I wanted to like Falcon. When I heard that this show was coming out, so Falcon, I really like him from I believe he first showed up in Captain America 2, correct?
Yes.
I really like him in Captain America. I really like his character. He's made some really cool cameos in the other ones. I really want to know his story and everything. I just wish his story wasn't boring as hell. I'm sorry, I do not like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There are many reasons, but one of them is definitely just that it's just a boring show to me. There are other reasons which I won't get into, but you kind of know what I mean by that, Oscillator, that I just can't stand the show. I can't stand the show. With that said, let's go ahead to number 5. Now, this might shock a lot of people. Oh, wait, hold up. Yep, that's right. WandaVision. I absolutely 100% had a blast with WandaVision. I enjoyed WandaVision so much. I really did. But when you just look back on it, while I enjoyed so much of WandaVision's character and what it meant for Vision as well, at the same time, like, I can't deny the fact that this was not the greatest show, and that there's a certain occasion that happens at the end. I really think that Doctor Strange should have showed up at the end, and because he didn't, it disappointed me to the point where this just, after hearing all the problems with it, kind of drilled into my head. Even though I still enjoyed it, I still loved watching it. I had to put this so low. It kind of hurts me that I put it so low, but I can't put it any higher. With that said, let's go on to number 4, Hawkeye. Okay, Hawkeye. I love Hawkeye. He's a great character. I want more Hawkeye. You know what sucks about this show? This show is not Hawkeye. You know what this show is? This show is Kate Bishop, and I hate that fact. At the same time, Kate Bishop's a great character. I actually really like the show, but this is not a Hawkeye show. I'm so mad about that. That, you know what, this show honestly would be higher on my list if it was about Hawkeye. With that said, Kate Bishop is a great character, and I did enjoy this show. Okay, about number 4. I only did this because I love Loki, and I love the character. I had such a blast watching the show. But there are major problems with the show that I'm sure my buddy Austin there is going to get into. This is probably going to be his least favorite show. Yep, I don't blame you. I think it's all right here in 4th place. 3rd place, sorry. This is in my 3rd place when it comes to the shows, and it's not that bad. Number 2, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I had a blast with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really did, but here is the problem with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's that last season. It's just that last season that ruins the show for me. Sorry. My absolute favorite show that has come out, though, Moon Knight. Literally, it's a 9, it's like a 9.5, 9.8 out of 10. Like, oh my god, like, I gave this show scores of 9s and 8s all across the board. There was even one episode 5, that I gave a 10 out of 10. Moon Knight is the best show when it comes to Disney. When it comes to Marvel, I just love it. Go ahead and give your thoughts. Your list, Austin. I'm done with that.
Well, I'll say this, Dylan. Your list is vastly different than mine. I'll say that. But I will say that is actually a very interesting list because I did not have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on my list because it's technically not canon in the MCU.
Technically, it's not canon anymore, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So I didn't put it in my list. But I did put in a couple memes in my slides. So there's this one's like Paul Rudd and the other guy from Ant-Man. He's like, "How's the MCU?" The guy's like, "Tony died, so did Natasha. Cap is gone too." Then Paul Rudd's just like, "Oh man, that kind of sucks." But then the guy's like, "But we get TV shows." Very optimistic.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I wouldn't watch it anymore, David, because the fact is it's not even canon to the MCU anymore. It did like a whole spin-off thing that's not even canon. I mean, I guess you could say it's canon because of the whole multiverse thing, but even then, it's you know what? The last season ruined it. The last season ruined the show. With that said, it does end on a really good note. It still ruins it.
And I have a Loki meme here. Watch an episode 8 of What If be like, "I've been pandering for 30 minutes. All right, let's get into this. My number 6, I mean, I think we all know what
I knew it.
Gonna be. It's Loki. This show was bad. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. I think this show had so many problems. Again, it had nothing to do with the acting, because again, I thought Tom Hiddleston was great. Visually, it looked good. Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston had great chemistry. But the problem is, if you're gonna make a show about, I mean, technically it wasn't about the multiverse, but if you're gonna have the multiverse and having branching timelines, you would think they would have done more with that. Instead, what they did is they did it for like a couple episodes, and then they did a switch and had it be about Loki wanting to fuck his female self. Like,
Yeah, which boy, that's one of the problems I have with it too.
I thought that was stupid. It felt like a waste of time, other than the only thing this show did was set up Kang. But even then, the show wasn't even
I
that good
did really like
where
King.
it felt worth it. Because he just showed up at the last episode. He's not like the main villain of the entire show. He was the main villain for one episode. And that's the problem with these Marvel shows, is that you get like the big like villain reveal in the last minute, and then the villain dies as like a big, oh, it'll pop the audience, but it just, to me, Loki didn't work. I thought it was just bad. And going into my number 5 is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think the more I think about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the least I start to like it, because I don't think the show as a whole is bad. I see what they were trying to do, but the problem is it's again littered with the same problems as a lot of these Disney Plus shows. I feel like I could see where they were going for in terms of the story, with Falcon doubting himself as like, well, I really don't want I feel honored that I got the shield, but at the same time, I don't feel like I earned it. Like, this entire show, while I get that entire storyline with him, it's just littered with so much useless stuff. Like, there was the stuff with the boat that was dumb. Bucky was there, but he was really only there for like, he's more like the side character. Zemo was cool. I'll give him that. You know, the dance scene's iconic, and I like US Agent. But I think the problem, and the action was cool, I'll give it that. But the problem is, and this is something that I've seen in a lot of recent media, is I do feel like the politics of the show ruined it. And it was
Yes, 100%.
It was just not needed. I thought,
Okay, so you were able to say it. I wasn't, but yes, that is my major issue with the show.
it didn't work for me. It's not all horrible. Like, I could say this, there are things in it that, and I also don't like Carly as a villain. I'm sorry. I thought she was just a terrible villain. She was boring, didn't really care. So overall, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just bleh. And speaking of bleh, number 4, WandaVision. I'll give it this. It's very interesting. I'll say that. It's very different than a lot of the MCU stuff. And I will give it this, despite a very slow beginning, it got better. And then the last couple episodes happened. And then, of course, they screwed it up. Because that is what the MCU right now is best at doing, is screwing up. Now, I'll say this about WandaVision. It does set up Doctor Strange nicely in terms of Wanda's stuff. But again, it's like, I think if you over-theorize this show, it's bad. Because it does not live up to expectations. Because as a Wanda origin story, yes, it's great. I think it does the Scarlet Witch origin story really well. I like the character of Wanda. I liked Vision. And the action we see is great. And this is the only finale of a show that I saw at 3 a.m. when it launched. And then I saw it, and, you know, Quicksilver, they got the guy from X-Men to do Quicksilver again, which was cool. Unfortunately, he's just a boner joke.
Mm-hmm.
It was a waste of time. And that's kind of what these shows are as a whole. They're a waste of time. They're filler. And I've just come to the realization, over the course of this past year with these shows is that do not go into these shows expecting anything, because if you do, you're going to be vastly disappointed.
Yeah.
And also Agatha was there, and it sets up the scrolls, and I'm just like, I don't
I
care.
really liked Agatha, but I mean, yeah, I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. That's why it's
Speaking
so
of
low on mine.
speaking of disappointment, number 3, What If? Um,
Oh, I
this was
forgot about What If.
this was my most hyped show. Yeah, I feel like I got really nothing besides a couple good episodes. Like, I wouldn't have had an issue with it if it was like one bad episode, but I felt like half of the show was good and half the show was bad.
I
And
agree.
that's kind of it's kind of how the Marvel shows usually go, is like the first half is usually good and the last half is terrible. Like, the Doctor Strange episode was fantastic. I'll say that. Doctor Strange was fantastic. I will say the Black Panther and Killmonger episodes were great too. But the problem is, you also had the zombie episode, you had the Thor episode, and they made stupid decisions in it, and they cut out an episode too. So you kind of wonder, this show is a disappointment overall. Like, it's fine. It doesn't do anything new other than it just expands the multiverse stuff. But other than that, it was just okay. And speaking of just okay, number 2 is Hawkeye. Like, I don't know what else to say other than it was fine. Like, Kate Bishop's cool. I mean, it's cool seeing Clint. I mean, the Elena stuff annoyed me with the macaroni. I like the macaroni. You want some hot sauce on the macaroni? Like, come on. I didn't care for that. And Kingpin, it would have been better if you just had Kingpin do that the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand. Why would you wait until the last episode to show your big villain? That is dumb. Like, that is my problem with all these Marvel shows. And that's the same thing with Moon Knight, too. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But it's like, the problem with these shows are the fact that these shows are usually 6 episodes long, and they don't show the big villain until the end of the entire show, and then they have to rush. And that's the problem with Hawkeye. I thought overall it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily. I like the characters, and I like how it's more of an origin story for Kate, because again, I get it. You want to do an origin story for her. That's fine. But again, it's a waste of time. It's probably one of the better ones, but that's not saying much because the bar has been set so low that, in whole honesty, Hawkeye is just there. And it's one of those shows where it's like, did we really need a Hawkeye show? Probably not. I mean, granted, is it something where at this point, is it good to have? Sure. Because again, I wasn't really in the market for a Hawkeye show or movie. So at the end of the day, Hawkeye is fine, but it still has a lot of problems. And in my number 1, Moon Knight. Again, it's no contest. This show is easily the best one, but even this show has a lot of problems. Like, you call your show, like, I like the character of Steven and Mark. I think that Oscar Isaac nailed it, and Ethan Clarke did a great job as the villain. My problem is, where was Moon Knight? Or no, sorry, not Ethan Clarke, but Ethan Hawke. But you only saw Moon Knight for only a little bit. And I was like...
I was pretty okay with it, but...
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fine, but I would have liked to seen at least him as Moon Knight a little bit more than just a tad bit of the time, if that makes any sense.
We have season 2 coming out, right?
I hope so, but even then, they haven't confirmed it yet, so...
That's true.
And again, this is the same problem with the show. It's like, I would say overall, the show, from episodes 1 through 5, I thought they were at least B's or A's. Then we got to the finale. Again, problem is 6 episodes. They rushed it. And then, of course, it's like, really, like, doesn't feel. It felt kind of disappointing for an ending.
I disagree, but it's your opinion.
And then it just to me it felt like it just ended. And then I literally had to face palm at a few moments because there were moments in the finale where I was either cringing or I winced because I'm like, wow, that kind of sucked. But overall, it's like there's still enough positives to the show where I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'd say it's easily the best Marvel show. Not gonna say that's saying much because all the other ones either sucked or were average.
Yeah, that's true.
Granted, do I
It
have any
really
hope
is
for any of the other ones moving forward? No, because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get worse from here. Probably. So take what you can
Yeah,
get.
I agree with that.
I'll that's why I'll give Moon Knight. I think overall I'll give the show a B, and that's the highest grade I've ever given a show from Marvel thus far. All
Okay,
of them
you
have
gave
either
it
been
a B, I
C's,
give it an A minus.
C's, D's, or F's. So I'd say the overall show is a B, but that is probably the bar moving forward because I think there was more stuff in it that I liked, but it's again another show that is full of problems, but the problems don't ruin it completely, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that was my list. And we have Ninjoid in the house. What's up, Ninjoid?
Nothing much. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of fell asleep.
Oh, you're good.
And
It's okay. You
everything.
got your list, right?
Yeah, I have my list. It's just they're not in PowerPoint format. Sorry. to
That's
say
fine.
that.
I didn't do PowerPoint either.
I
All right.
mean,
Well, just give your quick list then. If
okay. Okay, sure. All right. Well, I'm doing the movies first, if that's
we're
all
we're
right.
do-
No,
we're,
we're
we're doing
doing the
shows
TV
first.
shows first.
Oh, shows? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing shows first.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, I can just do this on my head then. Worst one's Loki. We should all know why.
Loki was my number
It's
4.
it's basically Austin's reasoning. Whatever he said, I did not
No,
hear it.
Loki was
But
my
he's
number 3.
probably you probably already said it, Austin. It's confusing. It ruins canon at some points. You
Yep.
know. And also, I don't like Loki kissing an alternate version of himself. Just don't. All right, like I get it. Some people might like it. Me personally, I'm not. No, I'm not a big fan of it. They really jammed that in there. They could have just taken that out, and I think the show would have actually been a little bit better. Um, and also, once again, the villain did not show up. Well, he showed up at the end, but it wasn't the real him, Kane the Conqueror. So to me,
Yeah.
I got pissed at that. Actually did get pissed at that. It's like, oh, so this is the good Kane the Conqueror. I'm like, for real? Like I was
I
one,
didn't like that personally, but
you know. And I wish if we got more of old Loki, comic book Loki. But then
Yeah.
they just kill him off. They kill him off, played by the great Richard E. Grant. How dare they kill him off like that? And also, I wanted more of Crocodile Loki. For real.
yeah,
Like,
same here.
Crocodile Loki is like the best Marvel character. Like, he's like the god tier character. But anyway, all right, let me move
Ninjoid,
on.
you know that one
Next
episode of
would
Loki
have
where
to be-
where Loki was in like a repeating sequence where he was getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, I remember that. He was getting slapped in the face. But yeah.
yeah.
That was my reaction watching the show.
Uh yeah. My reaction's quite a bit
Okay.
different. Number 5,
So
Ninja.
then we. All right. So next one. Well, I'm not going by number. I'm just thinking of the shows right now. All right. Next one has to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I did not like Falcon Winter Soldier.
That is my number 1 least favorite, yeah.
That was my number 5.
That was
Well-
number 6 for me.
Well, wait, it's my number 5, right? I'm trying
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
your
Yeah,
number
it's your number 5. It was my number 6. It was his number 5.
Yeah, Falcon Winter Soldier. To me, the biggest issue is that the show doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah.
Does it want to be a movie or does it want to be a show? Because every single episode it keeps on flip flopping what it wants to be. And also, the story itself, if you actually look at it in Marvel context, not today's context, Marvel's context of the universe, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to go into it,
Uh-huh.
but you get what
Yeah,
I.
we talked just a little bit about it on here, but not enough to really go into it.
But
But
I'm
I
not going
get
to go
what you're saying.
all right,
Yeah.
and they focus too much on characters like Carly, which was horrible, instead of focusing on John Walker, aka US Agent, which was great. I wish if we got more from him. My God. But anyway, it's funny because the villain, like John Walker and Zemo, were the best characters of the show.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe, like, I would at least want Sam to be there, but no, Sam's not. All right, I like Sam during some episodes, but he wasn't my favorite character the whole show. You know, I think John Walker actually had an interesting character arc, mostly than everyone. Like, I guess Bucky would be there as well, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And then also they just made Bucky once again the side character, like the sidekick. I'm kind of sick and tired of that, you know. That's just me though. Um Next one would have to be oh WandaVision.
That was my number 4.
Oh my god, I think we're gonna have the same ones, buddy.
Yeah, I
Um
think we are gonna have the same.
Yeah, you know what? WandaVision was
WandaVision,
actually my number 5.
like, here's actually one thing that I'm gonna say. After watching Doctor Strange, I'm not gonna spoil it. After watching Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I have a lot more respect for WandaVision. Can I at least say that? Like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
agree,
Yeah,
Austin.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
I actually have a lot more respect for WandaVision now, Austin. Like, I'm not saying it's great or anything, but it's at, like, I can watch it. It's decent, you know? I just hate that they trolled us with Mephisto.
Yeah.
That's honestly the weird thing, because to me it wasn't even rushed. You know, like, they could have done Mephisto in the last episode if they really wanted to,
Yeah, they should have.
but
And
they
they should have done
didn't.
Doctor Strange.
And well, yeah, they even filmed a scene of that, my friend.
Yeah.
But now my biggest problem was that Wanda had no consequences at the end of that show, which I'm gonna just say that Doctor Strange kind of fixed that for me. Okay. Um but anyway, next up will be What If. Okay.
That was my number 3.
Yeah. And What If, some episodes were good, some episodes were bad, like the zombie episode.
Yeah.
Overall, the whole
Actually, the
show-
zombie episode I thought wasn't that bad.
yes, it was.
No, I actually enjoyed that episode. Strangely enough, it's
There
not.
were a
Don't get me
couple-
wrong. It wasn't incredible. It wasn't the best ever. I just enjoyed it. I had a good laugh.
I will say this. I thought the zombie episode was better than the Thor episode.
No, I actually disagree, Austin. You made me hate it way too much.
Well, because I'm thinking about there are
can't
things in
stand
the
that
episode
Thor
that I
episode.
liked more. Like
Because
they did
actually, the
so
Thor
bad in that
episode made me laugh. That's the thing. So,
I can't stand that Thor episode. It's so bad.
all right. So next would be Hawkeye, which that was your number 2, Austin.
Yeah, it was my number 2.
and then my number one is Moon Knight. But I am not gonna be like Austin over here, saying
No, you're gonna be like me and love it.
I love the whole goddamn
Stay
show.
with me.
It's surprising because I haven't appreciated a show like this. Like, this is to me as good as Peacemaker of a
Yeah.
great show. I loved the finale actually. Besides one scene where the children are like, "Are you a superhero?"
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
you know, it's really funny. When it comes to me and Moon Knight, when I first heard of it being announced, I was like, okay, who cares? Like, I had no expectations for it. I did not care. Then I see the trailer. I'm like, I'll check it out because it's Marvel. Like, I did not care. I did not think that this was gonna be the best Marvel that we've kind of
well,
had all year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know this might just be me, but I love the show that much.
I
I would
love it.
put it in my top 5 favorite Marvel projects of the MCU. Like,
I would put it in
that's
my
what
top
it is.
15.
No, it's top 5 for me. I love what they did, and they actually treated the mental illness aspect, with the split
And
personalities,
it was really
perfectly
interesting, that
fine.
whole stuff,
And it
too.
was mature. It was mature,
Uh-huh.
and it did not make the people that do have split personality disorder make them feel less or anything like that. They actually treated what it really is for them
Hmm.
perfectly good. Like, that
It was
is
really great.
exactly
It
what
was
it
really
is.
good.
And I also think, Austin, when you brought up about Ahmed being brought into the final episode, I was perfectly fine with that because to me, Ahmed was never supposed to be the main villain. I always
Same
viewed
here.
Arrow
Right.
as the main villain.
What's up, TWTG? What's up? What's up, Krish? David comes in here. Well, he gave his list. So before we get into the movies, we'll get to his list. His bottom 3 is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Thor: The Dark World, Captain Marvel. His ranking of the shows was What If. This is from least to best. What If, Loki, WandaVision, Hawkeye, Winter Soldier. Uh, he hasn't seen Moon Knight. Deshaun comes in. Hey guys, best MCU movie Spider-Man: No Way Home. Best MCU show Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Worst MCU movie Thor: The Dark World, and worst MCU show none. And then going up from David's bottom 3, his other bottom 5 would be The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Black Widow: Eternals, followed by Far From Home, Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, Iron Man, Thor: Ragnarok, which would then be followed by Iron Man 2, Captain America: Civil War, Thor, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Very interesting list, David. All right, let's get into the movies. Now, I'm actually going to do it in a different format. Unlike the shows, we're just going to each give our individual choice. So I'm going to let Ninjoid go first. Ninjoid, what is your number 28?
Eternals. Okay. My problem with Eternals is everything. The whole movie is shit. You know how I say, hey guys, you can fix movies. You just gotta realize how to fix it. I don't know if this movie can be fixed. Maybe I might try and tangle that project one day, but for right now, I think this is one of the worst Marvel movies, if not the actual worst, because at least Fan Four Stick, you can at least watch the first hour of. But man, oh man, Eternals is
At least the
honestly,
Dorito chip is good. No, I'm kidding.
I tried rewatching it with my grandfather, and we both fell asleep on the couch.
What's up, Tim?
Oh, yeah, what's up, Tim? Hashtag release the Osnator cut.
That's
Damn
all I'm gonna
straight.
say.
Oh.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Okay.
Dylan, what is your number 28?
Go ahead
Or
and add
27?
yeah, Eternals. It's um what can I say? You know what? My main problem with it isn't even what Nindroid has. You know what my biggest problem with it is? I just got no attachment to any of these characters. The only one character that I even had a slight chance of liking was this guy because I thought he was hilarious. Everybody else in this movie, dude, if they simply just focused on these characters, it would be so different. But no, you do not have time to get attached to any of these characters. They literally just die here and there. Like, I did not like this movie. This movie is so bad because of that.
Okay.
I can't
Well,
get attached to any of them.
my list is going to shock you because Eternals is not my last place.
No shit. Let me guess.
No, don't guess that. I have to share my screen.
I think I know what the movie is, though.
But first, here's some memes here.
Oh my god, look at Michael.
You have a Tony Stark
That's
meme
great.
here. When they continue making shows and movies after Endgame, why would you do that?
Same here. I'm asking that still.
And then we have Office meme where it's when you were signaling Tony to use one of the stones, but he used all the stones and fucking kills himself. Awkward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number 28, and this is going to shock everybody because Eternals is not the last one.
I think I know which one, though.
Number 28, Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like Eternals either, and granted that you'll be seeing that very shortly. But Captain Marvel was trash. I'm sorry. It was boring. The character of Captain Marvel's bland. And let me just start off by saying this. I don't like Captain Marvel in the comics. I don't. And this movie had a chance. It had a sliver of a chance to make me at least like the character. This movie made me hate the character even more. Like, it's just so boring. Like, the character is boring. The movie's boring. I mean, Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson is there, but even he's not enough to save the movie. And they basically make Marvel like a fucking villain, which fuck the movie for that. And then they were doing a lot of retconning here. It was just bad. Like, this entire Captain Marvel just sucks. Like, Brie Larson, like, the only good thing about this movie is that it at least allowed those what if episodes to kill off Captain Marvel. Because let me tell you, every time I see Captain Marvel die or get beaten up, that is usually the most satisfied I do feel in a Marvel movie.
Oh my
I hate this character so much.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have an issue with it if the character was likable, but the character's not likable. She's boring.
Honestly,
yeah, that is a major issue with this one.
I think, though, Captain Marvel can be fixed.
Actually, I agree with Nindroid. I agree with Nindroid on that. I think it can be fixed.
I don't hate the movie. I think the movie, fixed in the editing room at least. I think it's the editing job that made it feel
I personally
like,
think it's
look at
also
Captain
her
Marvel
acting.
go, and all that stuff. Because the idea of the story is actually good or great, even if you actually think about it.
No, I
but
disagree there.
execution wise, it's not good whatsoever.
Honestly, I personally don't think the story's any good. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean,
like,
if some things were changed, possibly if some things were changed, but I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, the problem is I just don't like the story. I don't like the character. Like, this movie is just bad. I just don't like it. I watched it once and haven't seen it since. It's not watchable. I wouldn't say it's not watchable, but it's one of those movies like if I had to fall asleep, this would be probably the movie to fall asleep to. And it's a shame because I wanted to like it, but disappointing.
Yeah, in fact, here we might as well go up next. Go ahead and bring up mine because I'm telling you, it's yeah, it's the same one. You know what? You're telling me that the entire MCU and all the Avengers, he got the whole idea from her? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I really don't like it. I do like the fact that we got Nick Fury. I would love to have a Nick Fury movie. I love the fact that they brought Coulson back and all that. I really, but the whole thing with him getting scratched, the way he lost his eye, lamest way possible. I can't stand that. And the number one thing I really just can't stand about this character is not even has to do with the story. It's just the fact that, and I'm sorry, nothing personal against the actor, but like all she does is she has that strong woman look on her face the entire time. There is no emotion from her. And like
Yeah.
she's not really a likable character because of that. If she showed some emotion, if she showed some care, if she showed that okay, she actually is really saddened by the loss of somebody, or she's actually worried about somebody, I actually might have liked her. No, the problem with this movie is not necessarily the story. It's literally, for me, just the acting, and I don't even think it's her fault. I think that's just the way they wanted it. I don't like her character at all. She's so boring.
Exactly. Well, that was Dylan's 27.
Yep.
Or
Well,
no, 20.
actually, mine 25. Remember, there's 2 movies I didn't see.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What's your number 27, Enjoyed?
Austin, could I actually ask you a question before that though?
Sure.
Did you see the Cobra Kai season 5 trailer?
I did.
I haven't.
Bro, I haven't. I need to check it out. But
I need
anyway,
to check it out. I'm excited for it.
yeah, I'm really excited for it now that I just saw that it got released today. So all right, next one would have to be, and this is just me, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Really?
I did not like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I actually don't think it's that bad of a movie. I think it's better than the first one, but we'll get to that.
No, what the hell are you smoking, buddy?
The first one was completely bad.
No, it wasn't. The first one was good.
No, I didn't like the first one.
I don't understand. What's the hatred of the first one? But anyway.
The first one isn't bad, it's just not good.
That doesn't help, but okay.
I know, but okay, go on, bud. Go on.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, I did not like how they did Ghost. I actually, like, Ghost used to be one of my favorite comic book villains of all time. With Iron Man and even the Avengers. So the fact that they disrespected Ghost, like another character in a movie that came out last year, Black Widow, Taskmaster. But anyway, so we got that, and I just felt like the movie, like maybe it's just because of how much money I spent to see it on opening night, but it legit costed me $70 just to go down there, just to watch that movie.
Even I would be pissed.
And I was pissed because I'm like, they're like, I could have skipped this movie and I would have not missed anything. I could have just looked up the post-credit scene. Like, legit, this movie doesn't play any part, really, to the next movie, like, to Endgame whatsoever. And it just made me pissed and not like the movie whatsoever. And I feel like at times, the jokes are great. Like, I love everything with his friend. I forget his name. Louise, I think. I love everything with him, and I do like the daughter dynamic with Scott again. And I love the post credit scene. It's just that I feel like the threat and that Scott was not the main character, it felt like in the movie, or he was, but he was just jammed in, and it seemed like he had a very confusing character arc because it's like, oh, our main goal is to free the wife of Hank Pym, Janet. And I'm like, well, why the hell would Scott want that? What's his motivation? Nothing! So the whole movie kind of breaks the wall for me. You know? And also it was predictable that what's his name was going to betray Hank and was helping Ghost. I'm sorry to say that. I predicted that. And yes, predictability is okay if it's done correctly. That was not done correctly, in my opinion. I felt like it just took me out of the story. But that's just me. I feel like that movie could also be fixed in a way, but I'm yeah, maybe it's just because I spent $70 on it. Just got
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, my number 27 is going to be a movie we touched on a little bit earlier, and that is The Eternals. Now, I did not pay to see this movie, and yet I still felt ripped off. This movie has the same problems as Captain Marvel. It's very boring. I felt, and I agree with what Ninjoid said. I think Ninjoid said this a few months ago, even back when the movie came out, that the editing in this movie is terrible. I don't like the fact that the flashbacks and the flash forwards were like all like throughout the movie. It should have just been like one huge, like that should have been like the first half of the movie is like just an entire flashback sequence. But I mean, the acting is like it's fine for what it is. I mean, I liked what was the character's name called? Yeah, this movie is so boring. I don't even know any of the characters, but I think his name was what is his name? I'm trying to
Are you talking about the same guy that I laughed at?
Kingo.
The only guy that I like?
Yeah,
That's
Kingo. His name's
He-
Kingo.
He was the only one that had any personality to him. Like
Yep.
that he's the only good character, but that's again not saying much because everybody else either is
Was so
blander
bad.
than cardboard, or they're just there. Like Icarus is fine, I guess. He's just Superman. That's all he is. It's boring. It's like this movie is trying to be Ninja. I think you could agree with me on this. The Eternals is trying to be like Man of Steel. Like
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
I hated Man of Steel.
I
So-
don't
Stay
like
with
it
me.
either, so
Stay with me.
And
this-
I mean, like, this reminds me a lot, but at least Man of Steel, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, Man of Steel was actually a lot better edited than this piece of shit.
yes.
Yeah, can't disagree.
I'll give
there.
it that. As much as I don't like it, I'll at least say it was better made, and even then, that's questionable. But Eternals, it's like the marketing was bad for it. Nobody cared even then, and they didn't care now. So it just goes to show you that the Eternals was a flop. And
Do you
I
guys
hope,
think this will ever get a sequel? I kind of hope not, but I expect them to.
I don't think honestly I don't know because it didn't even make that much in the box office to even warrant a sequel. Because they were probably anticipating this movie to make $1 billion, and it didn't even hit that. It wasn't even close.
No, nowhere close.
So
Wasn't it honestly their first flop? Like, not even Ant-Man, not even some of our least favorite movies here did as bad as this one.
No, this movie the reviews weren't good. It didn't do well in the box office. I mean, it did okay, but it probably didn't do the numbers they wanted. So
Well, part of that reason, and which I actually blame Marvel for this, is because this movie was playing the same time as Spider-Man No Way Home. legit a
Yeah.
month before Spider-Man No Way Home came out. So this movie was forgotten, legit,
Like
like
this movie
during the
came out
marketing.
like I think it came out soon after Shang-Chi, like a couple months after that.
Yeah, but you gotta realize it came out a month prior to No Way Home. Everyone was too hyped to see No Way Home, and we got the final trailer. Everyone almost forgot about Eternals. You
No,
know?
nobody cares about. And even like I thought we saw Galactus at the end. Like that would have been like a oh well that was cool moment, and it wasn't even Galactus. So I was like, what the fuck? And I guess we got
Hmm.
like a little blade thing at the after credits, which was like again, it's cool, but what the fuck does this have to do with the Eternals? So overall, this movie just it sucks. I hated everything. It's boring. The action was okay, but again, I'm not judging these movies anymore off visuals and action because every Marvel movie is gonna at least have some good action in it at some point. So
Yeah,
that's the
that's kind of true at this point.
so I'm no longer factoring it if it's good or bad or not because this was just bad. It's like I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to experiment and be different, but at the end of the day, it just didn't work. At least for me personally. So
Yep,
that was my
I'm
number
with you there.
27. Dylan, what is your next movie?
The Incredible Hulk. Okay, okay, I get it. It's one of the classics. How can you hate this movie, guys? I don't even know. No, I do know. You know what it honestly comes down to? It's just that this movie, yes, Hulk is Hulk. Hulk is monstrous. Yes, this is the scary Hulk movie. This is the movie that I kind of wish Hulk would continue to be, where he really doesn't in the other movies. But here's the biggest problem with it. Honestly, the whole thing with his girlfriend Betty is just oh she look. I grew up on old Marvel TV shows like from the 1990s in 1980s, and Betty was an amazing character when it came to those shows, right? She was so pointless in this movie. I can't help it. Not to mention, I'm sorry, but other than Hulk, like the CGI and stuff like that, it's an old movie. It really isn't the best. The only thing that even connects this movie with what we have is the Iron Man cameo in the end credit scene, and even then, it's like, who cares?
Um, I mean, like Dylan, don't you remember Thunderbolt Ross as well?
Mm-hmm. I do, and
I mean, like
and
he connects,
boy,
and also
I just don't care.
Abomination.
About I don't care. I just don't care. You know what? I'm hoping She-Hulk. I have low expectations for it. I hope She-Hulk actually fixes it. I don't think it will though, because we know what happens to Hulk. I I just don't care about this movie. I'm sorry.
Okay. So Nindroid, what is your number 26?
Okay, my 26 would be Captain Marvel. I'm just gonna get this done and over with. I think honestly, I could fix this movie. I don't see a bad movie in here. It's just
Funny,
it's
all of our
badly
least favorite
executed.
movies though are kind of in the same group, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. No, I know, and it just kind of weakens the movie, in my opinion. Like I do agree with you guys. Captain Marvel is a very unlikable character. I still think though there are some good scenes with the character. It's just I feel like the movie just like at points it knows what it wants to be, but then at points they throw in like some stupid joke. Like honestly, I think the movie would be a lot better without the jokes. Um because it's actually telling one of the darkest Marvel stories, with her actually getting kidnapped and everything, and she doesn't know who she is, and this is a
Yeah,
discovery
but that's Stone
type
Cold
of.
Face, man. That Stone Cold Face is what kills
Well, you
me.
gotta also think that she was trained. All right, but yet again, like there's some deleted scenes that I would have kept in of the movie that would have made her more likable. Um, but anyway, that's really all I have to say. Like Marvel, I wish if they actually, I wished if she was actually in the movie. She was the mentor to Captain Marvel, if you remember. She wasn't the
Nope.
villain. That was her actual mentor, the guy. I think his name is like Yin something something. Um, he was interesting. I just feel like some of his scenes were shit. Like, you know how he's like, "Oh, Veers, you and you know, I, I always knew you were strong. So come on over here, and I'll. This will be my last lesson." What does Captain Marvel do? She just legit blasts him over there, making him look like an idiot. And I'm like, wow, okay, okay. And I don't like the eye thing as well. Like, I actually do like that it connects to the first Avengers movie. I like that idea. It's just, I feel like, why the hell did Nick Fury have to lose his eye to a cat? Or a flurkin, sorry, my bad. And I guess that's really it. Like, I don't really have a lot of, like, it to me was just okay. And also, once again, did not have a good theater experience for this one. So honestly, that's probably the main reason why it's like, you know. But yeah, that's that.
Okay. My number 26 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh shit! Well, I didn't share my screen. What the hell? Um, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp is number 26. I'm not gonna go into heavy detail because Ninja basically said everything I had to say. I thought the humor in this was bad. I mean, the action was fine. Again, that's not really gonna go into my scoring. Ghost was just there. She really Ghost wasn't even that threatening of a villain. I mean, seeing fuck. I'm trying to remember. Janet. Um, the actress for her. I liked seeing. I liked seeing her. But other than that, not no Michelle Pfeiffer. It was cool seeing Michelle Pfeiffer. But even then, the movie itself as a whole was just it was pointless. Like this movie came out directly after Infinity War, and this movie doesn't really add anything other than the post credit scene. But let's be honest, no one's paying that kind of money for a post credit scene. Like at that point, you might as well just wait until it either comes out on DVD or it's on YouTube because that's just a waste of money. This movie's pointless. There's nothing to it. I mean, it's just fine, I guess, but it's not to the point of unwatchable as Eternals or Captain Marvel, but it's definitely up there as like not good Marvel movies. So that is my number 26. Now let's get to Dylan's next movie.
Yeah. Okay, so if we were doing tier lists, which we're not, but these next like 6 movies, like we gone from my hate tier list to my not bad D level movies. Do better next time, Marvel, you know. The next 6 movies I don't hate, but they do rank very low because I'm like, not bad, but they're not that good. Ant-Man is, of course, one of them. I really do enjoy this movie. I'm just like, it's not the best. It's not the worst. It's like, okay. I mean, I'll watch it again. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I do get the whole story. It is fun. It is enjoyable. It does have some good jokes, but I mean, honestly, eh, who- eh.
Okay. Ninjoid, what is your number 25?
My number 25 is Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, so this movie actually went uh, higher than last time I did a ranking because honestly, it gets better because of how good No Way Home was. Like, I now have more appreciation for it. Um, I like Far From Home. Like, I don't love it, but I can kind of respect what they were trying to do. I just feel like Spider-Man repeating his same mark of learning how to not be Iron Man Jr. was bad, and that some of the scenes just like the jokes were cringy, the Peter Tingle was cringy. Like it was okay when Aunt May called it, and even if Peter called it like one time, it would be okay. But the fact that he called it, during his big moment, like, okay, Peter Tingle, do your thing. I'm like, what are we
I
watching?
know,
Just say
I hated
Spider
that.
Sense already. Yo, my God, if you said that, I think the movie would be a lot better for me. But anyway, um, even some of the Mysterio scenes I felt was like a little bit off, and I really liked Mysterio. That's the thing, and um MJ's romance. Well, I mean Michelle's romance. I'm sorry, she's not Mary Jane Watson, in my opinion. Michelle, she's. It just came out of nowhere. Like, how the hell did you fall for this girl? It's like we saw. It was just, not seen. It's like for real. Like you want to build up this great relationship, and you don't even start the. You don't even like triggered the attraction in Homecoming. Like you could have at least done that, but you didn't. You didn't tease anything really in Homecoming that they were interested in each other, I guess. And I wish if they actually took their time to develop that instead of, oh hey, I silly like Mary J. I mean, Michelle, and yeah, I got to buy a necklace, and also just like some of the other things, like, oh, I like the one kid Brad or whatever took a picture of Peter in his boxers with that like woman agent or whatever. Like that was cringy as hell as well. Like I'm like, what am I watching? This doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie. And that's like my biggest issue with it. It does not feel like a Spider-Man movie. That's all I have to say because I can talk about how bad Far From Home really is for hours. But that's all I just want to say, all right?
Okay. TWTD comes in. It's better than a slap in the face with a cold fish. That is true. Very true. David comes in. This is kind of wrapping up his list. Then it would be Doctor Strange. This is after Guardians of the Galaxy. Doctor Strange, the first Avengers, then Age of Ultron, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Endgame, and then Infinity War. So Infinity War is his favorite.
Well, I mean, I respect your list, David, but that is even controversial for quite a few people.
Hmm.
David says he hasn't seen No Way Home or Multiverse of Madness yet.
Yeah, and I bet you those movies are going to be up there probably for you then.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah.
So my number 25 is gonna be Thor: The Dark World. Um, looking
Interesting.
back now, it's not as bad as people made it out to be. Like, it's not the worst Marvel movie. In fact, to be quite honest with you, I think time has been really kind to it. But with that being said, it's just okay. Like, again, it's like nothing's really wrong with it. I just don't like the Dark Elves. Like, they're just boring. Like, they're not really interesting. Malekith, I think the villain's name was. He's just not interesting whatsoever. I mean, the stuff with Thor and Loki was great. I love their chemistry. I mean, Jane was there, which she did some stuff. I mean, it's there's nothing to say with Thor: The Dark World other than it's fine. Like, it's not the worst MCU movie. It's just there. Like, it's just blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
I
to the
can't
point.
disagree with you more, but okay.
It's not unwatchable, but it's just so blah that it's there, but it's not the worst, but it's just okay. That's all I will say about it. So, Dylan, I will let you go into your next one.
Yeah, we already talked about this pretty much, but this would be my next one. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Look, I just really enjoyed Wasp's character more than I enjoyed Ant-Man's character. And the Ghost. You know what? I'm sorry, Nendroid. This was my first introduction to the Ghost, and I really liked her for what she was. Don't get me wrong, I don't think she was the best ever. I think she could have been way better. But I liked the ghost story in this. Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. Eh, eh. That's what I think about. Okay.
Okay. Nindroid, what is your number 24?
Number 24 says Thor: The Dark World. Just like you, Austin. I mean, correct?
I mean, that was my number 25.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Thor: The Dark World to me, like, here's the thing. Once again, I think this movie can be fixed, easily fixed, actually. I did watch a good fan edit version of this on a fan editor named Sheepish, and it actually basically fixed the entire movie for me into a really good movie. Like, it reminds me of Ragnarok, you know, in the good way, not in the bad, not the joking way. I mean, like, the good badass way, you know. I'm gonna say that my biggest problems with the movie is the pacing sucks. It's
Yeah.
very slow.
I disagree with you there, but okay.
The pacing sucks, and it just
I don't
feels
think
like
the pacing
it keeps
sucks.
on dragging on and on and on and on. It's like, can we just get through this? And also, Malekith, we don't even really understand him till halfway through the movie. So this is why I like the fan edit version, where he's just silent during the entire movie. We don't see like an alien language, him talking or whatever. No, he's just silent during the movie. I think that actually adds to the Dark Elves more mysterious and more menacing, because to me they were like nothing special. And just some of the things that they chose to do in this movie were good, but some of it just felt flat for me at times. But that's really all I have to say. I did like Thor teaming up with Loki and the whole betrayal thing, and I do like the reality stone going into Jane and all of that, Jane Foster, also known as the Ether. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I like all that. I just felt like also the comedy took me out of the movie at points. Like, you know how Darcy got like a boyfriend or whatever?
Yeah.
That took me out of the movie.
I laughed at that.
That Darcy.
Yeah, I did.
Like,
I
I
can't
get
disagree
it.
with you guys.
I get it. Darcy is supposed to be this character who we're supposed to laugh at and all that. That she's just a bumbling idiot, but she's a smart bumbling idiot. Like, I get that, but no, you don't have to add more humor to a character that we already know is humorous. Like, for real. And they put, what's his name, Eric Selvig or whatever. The doctor from the Avengers, and he worked with Shield and all of that. They made him an idiot as well. Like he's running butt naked now.
Yep, that did happen.
So, and then Stanley had to ask, "Hey, can I have my shoe back? Hey, can I have my shoe back?" And then Eric Selvig is like, no, I'm gonna steal your shoe if you like it or not." Stanley's like, "Motherfucker, I made you."
It's like, give me my shoe, please.
So, "Give me my shoe. I made you. You're fake." And he's like, "No, old man. Hey, you're old as well."
He's like, no, I'm not. I'm younger than you.
"No, I'm not. I'm younger than you. That
We're
made
the
me
same
too.
age.
We're the same age." But anyway, yeah, that's like my problem. I'll just say that. That's all I have to say, Austin.
Okay. My number 20. Well, do I have my? Nope, I do not. My number 24 is actually going to be Spider-Man: No Way Home. Uh, yeah, this movie had it's. How do I put this? It's like it's trying to be Homecoming, but worse. If that makes any sense. Like, take all the bad things about Homecoming and you put it in this movie, and you times that by 100. Like, I like the stuff with Mysterio. I'll give it that. I think the Mysterio sequence where it was like you see dead Iron Man and you see, Spider-Man switching into all the different suits. I thought that looked great, but I felt like this movie was trying way too hard, and this is where you kind of lose the plot with this character because Spider-Man, they in Homecoming he wasn't trying to be Iron Man Jr. I want to get that out of people's heads that he was trying to be Iron Man Jr. He was not. In fact, he was trying to be like Tony, but in a sense, he wasn't trying to exactly be Tony. The problem here is this is where they really tried to make him like Tony Stark Jr. and it didn't work. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that he made his own suits. I like that. I actually like the red and black suit. I think because again, it's really nice. But oh yeah, shit, it is Far From Home. Fuck, I can't. Hold on a minute. Oh my god, no, fuck. Hang on. Sorry, hang on. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna change that real quick. Shit, I don't know why I said No Way Home. My God, I get them confused sometimes. But anyway, the thing is with Far From Home is I agree. I don't like the Michelle romance whatsoever. I think it's like it's good in No Way Home, but in Far From Home, the problem is it just feels rushed. Like it just feels out of nowhere and out of place. Because it's like, well, what happened to Liz? They just forget about her, and then he's just like, oh, I'm gonna be with Michelle now. It's like that didn't work. The whole Ned and Betty stuff was just Like Fury was cool, and I did like Jake Gyllenhaal. Like there was okay things in it, but I felt like it suffers from Marvel humor, and it also suffers from just being Homecoming, like a very watered down version of Homecoming, and it just doesn't work. So
Well, I disagree with you on a couple notes, but okay.
It's my
We'll
number
get to that.
24. Dylan, what is your next one?
This is Spider-Man Homecoming. Yes, apparently the one that the other one that you got mixed up with. Yeah, guys, it's really weird. With me, I guess I'm kind of old school. Spider-Man was indeed my first introduction to superheroes. Yes, it was not Iron Man. Iron Man, I think, is a far better character, personally, but I do like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was my first superhero character I ever got introduced to. The first TV show I used to watch was Spider-Man. And then you get into the movies. I grew up on the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And okay, I'm not saying those movies are perfect, but that was my Spider-Man. That's why I think when I think about Spider-Man, I think about the quote unquote high school college boy Spider-Man. Then I see this complete and I'm sorry, garbage of a character. I'm sorry. I do not like Tom Holland Spider-Man all the way up until No Way is it No Way Home?
Yeah, it's No Way Home.
No Way Home was the only Spider-Man movie I liked, and guess what? That one was technically not even MCU. It's because the writers for that was from Sony, the guys that made the original Spider-Man movie. That's right, Tom Holland Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man. I hate every single one of these films. I just don't like it. Now, the reason why it's not in my hate list is because of the character of Tony Stark. What it means for the character of Tony Stark in this movie is the only thing that saves it from the bottom of the list.
Interesting. Ninjoid, what is your number 23?
Okay, so my number 23. Sorry if there's some static where I'm at. 23 is Iron Man 3. Did not like Iron Man 3 whatsoever. I thought Iron Man 3 was bad. Now, yes, Shang-Chi, actually, which is in my list, did fix, like, my biggest issue with it. So, I mean, if I judge it just like this, if I view it just as one movie, I mean, I'm still disappointed that we did not see the real Mandarin. But then at the same exact time, there's still some other issues that I have with it. Like, Pepper got the fire powers or whatever, and then somehow she's cured at the end of the movie, and we didn't even see it on screen.
Yeah, honestly, as you
Yeah.
can see, my next number is
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 for
So
basically the same reason.
that has to be like my biggest, like some of my biggest issues. But my number one issue is the fact that Iron Man is like, well, I'm done being Iron Man. And then what do we see him next as in Age of Ultron? He's in the Iron Man suit, just blasting. And I'm like, why couldn't you put this movie like after after Age of Ultron? Then it would make
Yeah, I
a
get
lot
what
more
you're saying.
sense. And because in Civil War, he's not Iron Man until like halfway through, and it makes more sense if you structure it that way, because then he's like, well, shit, now I've seen the whole thing. And he's like, I believe the only way superheroes can be is with the government, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
The
it
way I
makes
look
so
at
much
this
sense.
movie, if I can interrupt Ninja, the way I look at this movie is that there are three plots when there should only be two. It should be Iron Man dealing with the events of what happened in the first Avengers movie,
That
and
was the good stuff. That was the
that
good
was the
stuff.
good stuff. And he should be dealing with the Mandarin. That's it. Take that whole third plot out and take out the whole Pepper getting powers. Take all that out, and you actually have something that could be good.
Honestly, you could have spent this movie developing her as Rescue.
You could have been
Instead of
using this
anything,
movie to
you know?
develop what's the Mandarin now? What's his name now?
Wenwu, that's his name. The
No,
real
I'm talking about his kid, Shang-Chi. You could have used this movie to build up Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even his daughter, I forget her name. She was actually a good character though. But anyway, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Just Iron Man 3 really disappointed me. It's not a like fundamentally completely bad movie. It's just I have my own nitpicks and issues with it. So yeah.
Okay, Austin.
All right. So my number 23 is actually going to be Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, here's the thing with Age of Ultron. This is kind of where people are like, "Well, wait, why are you putting it at number 23?" That's not necessarily meaning it's a bad movie.
Yeah,
I would
even I'm
say
curious about this.
this movie's problem is that let me get the good stuff out of the way. I think it's a great team up movie. It is fun, and I will say it's like the team dynamics great. It does introduce Scarlet Witch. My main problem is Ultron. I don't think he works here.
I
And
disagree with you completely on that.
well, here's the thing. I hate the fact they made Ultron a mustache twirling villain. You know, he's so goofy, and they try
I
to make
liked it.
him Stark.
No, well, here's the thing. This is why I like Sheepish's videos. We see that this can be fixed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know.
And I'm not saying that it couldn't be better. I'm saying that I like it the way it is. I'm not against the fact that he's changing it to be better. I just like it the way it is. I don't really have a problem with this movie. In fact, I plan to do a review for this movie not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Okay.
It's not a bad movie per se. It's fun, and I think the post credit scene is easily the best post credit scene in any Marvel movie. Is when Thanos, you see the Infinity Gauntlet, and Thanos is like, "Fine, I'll do it myself," and then you see him with the Infinity Gauntlet, knowing, "Oh shit, Thanos is coming. It's going to be awesome." And it does introduce the characters, and then you see Falcon in there. You see War Machine as like little cameos and stuff. And the stuff on the farm is great too. Like, this movie is good, but out of the 4 Avenger movies, this is the weakest one. And that's mainly because it's the one that's kind of it's kind of like the middle chapter between the first one and Infinity War and Endgame.
You know
So-
what? This movie came out during what I consider the test period of Marvel, because the second phase of Marvel, really, when you think about it, was them testing the waters.
I would think that the first phase would be the testing the waters to see if it would work.
Well, what I mean by that is you gotta think that when it comes to the Phase 2 movies, the Phase 2 movies are typically everyone's least favorite movies. And I think it's because they're learning what they can do and what they shouldn't.
Honestly, I don't even think
Everything, they literally learned all their problems with this list, and that's why the next phase was so much better.
But the thing is, I didn't even think Phase 2 was that bad. Like, I actually thought Phase 2 is better than Phase 4. Like, I'll just say
Yeah,
that.
Phase 4. My God.
Like,
Phase 4 so far, like, I don't even know when it's actually officially done. Phase 4.
It's
The only good thing about Phase 4 is honestly Moon Knight. I'm done. Well, okay,
Spider-Man,
No Way
that's-
Home.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Austin?
Well, I think Phase 4 is going to end once Fantastic Four comes out, but we don't even know when that's coming out. So,
Yeah, because the director John Watts was fired from it or whatever. Well, no, he left. So now I'm kind of scared to see why, because I actually gained a lot of respect for John Watts because of No Way Home. So now why did he leave Fantastic Four?
I think that's
Yeah, we're
Coleman
gonna
should
have
never make a Fantastic Four movie ever again. Like, I'll talk about that maybe in like a future stream or whatever, but dude,
Yeah,
the
this
Fantastic
will be their
Four,
last
oh my god, they've had the worst luck when it comes to superhero movies.
I hope they can make a really good movie, and I actually have somewhat of hope because of something. Austin, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I won't say it because we do have viewers here, but you get what I mean. Like, I do want to see a, MCU Fantastic Four movie. It's just, please don't be meddling with it. Don't cut out the second act of the entire movie, and please,
Yeah, can we have a good Fantastic Four?
and also don't do Doctor Doom again.
Please
like
don't.
honestly, I would want them to do like Mole Man or something like that, like a lower tier villain from the Fantastic Four, and then build up to Doom or something like that.
Like, even if you wanted to do Doom in the second movie, which is fine, you don't do Doom in the first one, because we've seen Doom like several times over. It's like he's not the only villain the Fantastic Four has.
I want to see Mole Man because Mole Man was the first villain Stan Lee made.
That is true.
Like, I do want to see Mole Man. Mole Man, like he said, that Mole Man was his first villain he ever made, and I feel bad because Mole Man is actually a pretty dark villain that I actually want to see done correctly. You know?
Very true. Very true. Um, Dylan, what is? I think I know what your next one is, but I'm gonna share
Yep,
your
my
screen.
next one is indeed Iron Man 3, which we discussed to hell. All I'll say about it is, yeah, this movie, if we focused on 2 points, we focused on his what Iron Man has gone through after the events of the first Avengers, and then we focus on the Mandarin, maybe build up Shang-Chi right here and now. That would have been far better than what they did with, oh my god, the trash that they came up with was ridiculous. I don't like AIM. I don't like AIM in this movie at all.
Okay. Ninjoid, what is your number 22?
Number 22, and this is going to be controversial because actually, from this point on, I actually enjoyed these movies. Okay. I'll say that. Next one is Black Widow. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Black Widow, to me, the biggest issue is that it came out at the wrong time, and it
Yeah.
should have came out where Captain Marvel came out. So we had one
I do
last
agree with you there.
to say. I did like Yolanda as a character in the movie. I think Yolanda was probably the best character. My only problems with the movie really is some of the comedy was off, and the fact that what's his name, the father to Black Widow, was making piss jokes about how he peed on like a cellmate or whatever. Like, I'm there like, okay, this sounds like something that I would make a joke of on a live stream, and I'm there like, I don't really think a assassin for hire would fucking make a joke like that. It's like, and he's very selfish as well. Like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit about family. All I give a shit about is being the red whatever. I'm Captain America's biggest threat. You never even fought Captain America. Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, I laughed at that. I really did like that. That was funny.
No, I just made that joke up. That wasn't even in the movie, buddy.
Dude, he kept talking about Captain America too, like
I just want to suck Captain America's cock.
oh my god.
Like, legit, it sounded like that during the whole movie. You know what? You know why he's called the Red Whatever? It's because he loves Captain America. He's like the big red heart for Captain America. He's like, look at me, please. And then Steve is like, who the hell's that guy? Just this creepy stalker that wants to get down and dirty with you, and then he's like, oh shit, I gotta go back in time with my girl. And then he shows up in the present, and then he's like, oh, give it, and then he's like, oh man, you're old. And then he's like, well, guess what? You get what you fucking deserve. But anyway, I can do this. I can. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that is like my problem. I don't want to go on. Also, Taskmaster. That's my biggest issue. Sorry, my bad. Um, Taskmaster was a piece of shit villain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do like the other villain. I actually do. And I like the whole movie, actually. It's just some of the jokes and Taskmaster was garbage. And I do love, actually, I think this has probably, besides Infinity War, the best opening to any Marvel movie with the, shit, what song did they play again? To, you know what I'm talking about. The Twin Spirit or whatever. That rendition and seeing that montage of young Natasha and how she was trained to be a widow was gut feeling. You know, like I'm there, like, oh my god, this movie's dark, and I love it. You know, it's just I wish if the movie stayed that way. Also, at times it was slow. There, that's all I have to say.
Alrighty. My number 22 is Black Widow. Yeah, I agree. The problem with this movie is it came out way too late. It's something that if you did it, in Phase 3 when Captain Marvel came out, I think more, I don't know if I would have liked this movie more, but I still would have been like, well, at least because it's kind of one of those things where if you're damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing. Like, because on the one hand, people be pissed off if you do not do a Black Widow movie, but people will also be pissed off if you fuck it up. With that being said, with this one, it did not live up to the hype. And I think that was one of the big reasons why I think this movie is as low as it is because for a Black Widow movie that people were heavily expecting, it didn't do what it needed to do. Like, I agree the opening sequence was great, and there are some good things here and there. The problem is with Black Widow is I think the humor is just out of place here. And I will say Taskmaster is fucking horrible. Like, Taskmaster, even the design's not that good. To me, the design should be the white hood and cape and the skull mask. Like, that's exactly what you needed to have, and he didn't have it. And no, I don't know why I keep calling Taskmaster he, because he wasn't. Because I think Taskmaster was a girl in this movie, right? Taskmaster?
Yeah, Taskmaster was the girl, but it was the dad that was the main villain, and he was ridiculous.
Hey, no, I actually liked him as the villain. I just feel like Taskmaster.
I didn't like him.
They ruined what Taskmaster was in the comics and even in the shows, like the cartoons and all of that. Like, Taskmaster was basically just a fanboy that wanted to, like, his power and everything. He had to learn all of the moves of the Avengers and all of that. Like, he's an assassin that learns how to fight his enemies. He isn't like a cyborg that just gets downloaded all the moves to remember. Like, I just feel like that was kind of weak and just poorly executed. She could have been naturally really good Taskmaster. It's just they made her just weird, I guess is the correct term. Like, not like Taskmaster, more like just a normal side villain.
Yeah.
Which they actually in the marketing said, oh yeah, Taskmaster's the main villain. Then why did she only appear for like, I want to say like 4 minutes of the entire movie? Like, for real, that's kind of bad.
I think just overall, Black Widow was just a disappointment. At least for me, it was. If it came out earlier, it might have been better. It's definitely better than Captain Marvel, I'll tell you that. But other than that, it's just meh. But Dylan, what is your next movie?
That's right. Everyone's favorite Spider-Man. No, I'm kidding. I cannot stand this version of Spider-Man at all. The only saving grace in this movie, is the villain. And I get why people don't like the villain. I love the villain. He's the only saving grace in this movie. I can't stand this movie.
All right,
I can't stand this version of Spider-Man.
Fair enough. Ninjoid, what is your number 21?
My 21 would be Iron Man 2. My biggest issue with Iron Man 2 is that it's a humbled mess.
okay.
I will agree. It is a mess. I will agree.
I enjoy it now, and
Yeah.
I already told you I actually enjoyed all these movies from was it Black Widow and Up? Yeah, it was Black Widow and Up. I actually enjoyed all these movies after this. All right, like I mean, from Black Widow to to number one. I enjoyed Iron Man 2. Like, there's even some scenes that I actually prefer in this one more than the first Iron Man, believe it or not. But it's a humbled mess. It's almost like it doesn't really want to know what it wants to be at points. I
There is too much going on. I will agree with
there's
that.
yeah, there's just too much going on. Like, it's not a bad movie. Like, here's the thing. I feel like this movie got better as time went on.
Yes, I do agree
You
with
know,
that.
like if you want to get my opinion from 2013 or whatever, you would have probably heard that this movie was shit out of my mouth. Like, I would have said, "Oh yeah, it came out of my ass." All right. Like, I'm being honest. Mr. Dillon over here, I'm killing, which I want to keep on killing. So, yeah. But I will say, though, out of all the Iron Man villains, I actually like the Iron Man villains of this one the most. Because to me, Ironmonger was just mediocre. But I like Justin Hammer a
Hammer was
whole
pretty
lot.
cool.
And Whiplash, I mean, come on, bro. Just don't disrespect his bird.
I like Whiplash. He was awesome.
His bird, all right. He's the keeper of the birds, all right.
Like, don't disrespect his bird and give him a fucking Iron Man suit. Like,
Yeah, like for real. Like, just don't disrespect his bird. Like, it's okay that he loves his bird, all right. I mean, no, it's not okay, but still. Like,
not gonna lie, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I kind of like Whiplash more than the Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
oh no, I do. No, 100% I do. I feel like Whiplash is a lot better than actually even Stan in the first Iron Man. Like, I know that's kind of weird I'm saying that. Just like, come on, guys, the memes.
The memes, the bird, the
Come on, the bird. Come on, guys. Like, we gotta think about the bird. Speaking of which, actually in school today, my friends and I actually saved a bird from being ran over by a bus.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
because the wing was broken on the bird. So we actually saved the poor bird. Which that alone was pretty nice. So yeah, I don't know why, but I just want to bring that up because of the bird stuff, But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Like, I do like Iron Man's arc in this movie because it is accurate and all that, but then at the same time, like, it feels like this movie just like there was so many things just jammed into it. Like, oh yeah, we gotta tease the
I
Avengers.
disagree.
We got to do this. We got to give Iron Man an arc regarding with his father, which was the best stuff out of the movie.
Yes.
It was.
And then we also have the Justin Hammer stuff. We got the Whiplash stuff. We got Rhodey
I like
stuff.
all of it.
And it's all just
I want more of it.
jumbled mess a little bit.
It is not a
But
mess.
it's an enjoyable mess. And I do enjoy
I'll defend this movie till the end. You know what? I'll defend this movie like you defend Episode 9. This movie is not a mess.
No, but here's the thing. I agree Episode 9 is kind of a mess. That's the thing. I've said multiple times that's not the cut that we were supposed to see.
Yeah.
The thing is with Iron Man 2, and I will agree with Ninjoid, I think there's so much going on. There's too much going on, but...
No.
No, Dylan,
the third one is worse.
Dylan,
Yeah, no, I already said the third one's worse.
I know you did, but,
No, let me explain, Dylan. Iron Man 2 has a lot going on. There's a little too much going on, but I can forgive it for that because, again, it actually pays off because again, we got the other phases of the MCU. I can't forgive a movie like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for doing that because A, it did too much, and B, there was no payoff.
Yeah.
So I can't really forgive it for that, but I can forgive Iron Man 2 for it because I think because of the other MCU movies, it gets better. Does that at least kind of
I understand your point. I understand your point.
All right. So moving on, my number 21 is actually going to be Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why, but I'm a little bit more fond of this movie than both of you guys are. Like, I agree, I don't like the Mandarin. I will say that. The Mandarin was the thing that really killed this movie. I also don't like the extremist stuff because I feel like there's really, like, after this movie, it's not really talked about again. I like Tony's PTSD arc. I mean, that was the best part of the movie. The fact that he retired at the end was stupid. Like, that was dumb.
It was.
I like the gigantic, Iron Man armors. That whole.
You know what I
final
really
battle.
don't like about it? The fact that he was able to remove that heart, because if it was just a simple case, I know, after a couple of years, the technology got better. If it was a simple case that he just had to do some little bit of extra surgery, spend a little extra money, and get that done, it's like, why didn't you do that in the first movie?
Because of plot convenience.
That's the one thing I really just don't like about the movie, other than the Mandarin.
But I mean, I like Iron Patriot. Like, it was cool seeing like that little nod to the comic books. But again, Iron Patriot only happens for this movie, and then he just goes back to being War Machine. So it was just kind of pointless.
Because I didn't like Iron Patriot, like War Machine. We need more Rhodey.
I mean, I like the Mark 42 for the comedic moments because it was kind of like
yeah, that was fun.
It refused to work, and then Tony's like, "What the fuck?" And he's getting pissed off. And Harley was okay. Like, again, like, personally, I don't think the movie at all is bad, but I will say Iron Man 3 is kind of a disappointment in the long term. Like, if you're looking at it as a standalone film, it's fine. Like, it's, it kind of works, but at the same time, the ending. The ending of the second act to like the third act onwards, it just fell apart. And I just think overall Iron Man 3 is the weakest out of the Iron Man films. I still enjoy it, but I wouldn't go back to it, and it's not my favorite Iron Man film. So that is my number 21. Dylan,
I think there's really a big way. Okay, before I show you my next one, because this is my last one, before I show you my next one, I have to say this. I do not hate this movie. It's just not one of my favorites. I don't hate this movie. I love Loki. He is the best part of this movie. I'm just not that big on Thor as a character in this movie. I enjoyed the jokes, I enjoy the humor, but when I look back, when I feel like I want to go back and watch a Marvel movie, this is one of those movies that kind of just goes right above my head. Like, I'd much rather see Iron Man. I'd much rather see Iron Man 3. I just don't. This movie goes right above my head. It's a good movie. I like the movie. I don't really like Thor as a character in this movie. The only part about it that I really like is Loki. So there.
Okay. Nindroid, what is your number 20?
Number 20 is Incredible Hulk for me.
Wow, that's pretty high.
I really enjoyed Incredible Hulk. I really enjoyed Incredible Hulk. I'm a huge Hulk fan. It's just, here's the thing. There's just better MCU shit. Alright? No, this movie did not come out of my ass. Alright? This movie I ate. And it was like a bacon cheeseburger. It was good. Maybe it was a bacon cheeseburger from Burger King. It was
Oh,
good.
I can't say burger.
It was good, but it was just like, oh yeah, it was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic, but it was like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, I
After all, I
disagree.
was offended by the Hulk 2003 movie where he legit was fighting wolves. All right,
That was
so
bad. That was trash.
so at least in this they actually made it good and all of that. Now, I think I would have actually rathered Edward Norton as Hulk, as Bruce Banner, more than Mark Ruffalo. Um, I kind of feel bad that Edward Norton didn't, do the entire thing because I feel like he's a much better actor than Mark Ruffalo. And I just feel like this was also a dark Marvel movie at the time, which I like that because it's like I go back to Phase One. I'm like, you know what? It's like why can't we get more of these type of movies? Like I don't know what it is. It's probably just the jokes of the latest Marvel stuff. I think the jokes are legit killing Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they are. They are. Look at it. Like for the most part, like they are.
Yeah.
And they're trying
Like, I
to.
don't want DC type of
No,
darkness
but
to it,
no,
but
but like Phase One of Marvel, they did not really focus into
no,
jokes.
I agree. Phase
No.
1 of Marvel was perfect. I think half of Phase 3 was perfect. Phase 2, eh. But
Phase
the other
Two to
half of
me,
Phase 3,
like honestly, I feel like the first three phases for the most part were good. It's just Phase Four is really killing me right now. You
yeah.
know, like there's
Hmm.
only like three things that I would say are like above. Well, no, four. I'll say four. Four things that are 8 out of 10s or above. Out of how many now? you know,
because I know. Hang on, let me. Now I got to count here. See, Ninja, you're making me do math.
I
So
hate math, so
we got Black Widow, Shang-Chi. I'm just counting movies first. So that's Black Widow, Shang-Chi, then Eternal, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. So that's 5. Then you had WandaVision, you had Falcon, you had Loki, What If, Hawkeye, and then you had
Moon
um,
Knight. So
Moon
that's
Knight.
six.
That's 11. That's 11 total for Phase 4.
Yeah, and four of them are only good.
That's not. It's not good. Like I understand maybe 1 or 2 not being good, but like 4 out of 11, like 4 good things out of 11 total, that's not good to say the least. They need to figure their shit out. All right, so after number 20, I'm just gonna let you guys go straight through because we are already at 148, so we're running really long here. But so what I'll do is once I do my number 20, I'll let you guys just go straight through so that, and then you guys can give your explanation. So maybe it'll go a little quicker, but we will see. Number 20 is the Incredible Hulk. Oh shit, I gotta share my screen. I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah, my number 20 is the Incredible Hulk. I'm gonna agree with what Ninjoid said. I think there is way better MCU movies out there. But as somebody who likes the Hulk, I will say this is the best Hulk movie. But that's not really saying much because again, the other Hulk movie was so bad. Like anything would have been better. But I will say, as a whole, it's good as a Hulk film, and it's a good standalone movie. It is not a good MCU movie. I think it doesn't really tie into the MCU besides for Ross and Tony at the end, but even then, like, this movie's not really mentioned after this, so it's kind of like you could skip it and you're not missing anything. But I will say I like the fight with Abomination, and Hulk was awesome. I think honestly, Edward Norton in this one movie is better than anything Mark Ruffalo's Hulk has done. And that's not a knack towards Mark Ruffalo as an actor. I just think that as a Hulk, I think Edward Norton's Hulk was treated way better. And I just think overall, this was a better representation of Hulk than really a lot of the MCU stuff, other than the first Avengers. But other than that, I mean, The Incredible Hulk is good for what it is. It's just, it's not the best MCU movie. So that was my number 20. Dylan, you can go. Dylan, you can just go straight through your list if you want.
Yeah, because my list, I don't have 28. I have 26 because of everything, right? So.
Yeah, so you can just go straight through.
Okay. Okay, so my next one. Wait, why isn't this working? 17. Okay, so number 17 is Thor: The Dark World. I actually don't think this is the worst movie, but yeah, it's definitely far from the best. I actually, if it wasn't for Thor Ragnarok, I actually like Thor's character a lot more in this movie than I do the first Thor movie. I think he's pretty good in the first Avengers movie as well, but like I really wish this darker tone Thor was made. I wish more people liked this darker tone with Thor, because if it did, we wouldn't have had the problems we have with Ragnarok or Endgame. With that said, I do like this movie. I know a lot of people don't, but it is what it is. I actually don't think it is the worst film. Number 15 for me, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is just fun. It's just funny. No, it's not my favorite, but it's a blast. I really had some really good laughs with this one. I enjoy it. I do really enjoy it. Now, the one that it was better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, I really like. I can't remember Chris Pratt's character's name all of a sudden. Star-Lord. I really like Star-Lord as a character. I thought this was really funny with Thanos' daughter. I like Rocket. It's just a funny movie. I think it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but I enjoyed his character in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as well. Okay. Which number is this? 15. Number 14. Number 14 for me is Avengers Ultron. It's a little higher than everyone else here. I really do enjoy Avengers Ultron. I enjoy what this movie means for my favorite character, Iron Man's character. I think Captain America is pretty good in it too. Again, he has one of the worst jokes. I hate it. I hate that fact. We actually got a lot more. This is like the only movie that we have that has something for Hawkeye. Yes, Hawkeye is actually really good in this movie, where he kind of sucks in the other ones. So I wish there was even more better Hawkeye, but there really isn't. Ultron, I know everyone doesn't like Ultron that much. I do. I think Ultron is hilarious. I enjoy the evil, the mustache twirling evilness to him. I know Ninjoid doesn't. I enjoy Wanda. Wanda, she is fantastic in this movie. The only thing I will say is it is a complete waste of a character to kill Quicksilver off like that. I know how much that means for Wanda's character moving forward in the MCU. It was still a waste to kill him off in this movie like that. Granted, it did add some serious effects to the overall MCU. It added some stakes in this movie that I really like, but still kind of a waste of a character. Still, it did add some effects, so I do enjoy it because of that. Okay, next 13 is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. What can you say? This is a blast. This is not my favorite Captain America movie, but it's just a fun blast. I really enjoy Black Widow's character. Like, don't get me wrong, Black Widow and Iron Man 2 is she's great. She's fun. She's fun to at least, enjoy. But she really comes to her own character in this movie. I feel even more than the first Avengers. I really feel like this is the first time we really get to meet uh um Natasha Romanoff as a character, and it really builds her up quite well as the notorious super spy himself. This is just such a good movie, and I do like what they did with the Winter Soldier reveal being Bucky and everything, even though it was pretty much it was pretty much obvious. Um, I still really liked it. It was a really good twist, and that was number 13. On to number 12. Doctor Strange. I know people think I'm crazy for putting this over Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. I just think Doctor Strange is a funner movie. I think it's more I would say when it comes to Captain America and the Winter Soldier, it kind of jumps from part to parts. It's really dark. I really like Doctor Strange because it's more of a consistent story. It's all about Doctor Strange. I just like that format a lot more. Granted, Falcon and Winter Soldier was great, but they did add quite a bit in that movie, where this one is just more controlled. I really like it because of that. Number 11, Black Panther was a good movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed the film. I really did enjoy the film. Killmonger, fantastic villain. Fantastic villain. Um, I really don't have anything bad to say about the movie. It's just great, and rest in peace, the actor who played Black Panther, because my God, that is a terrible loss, because he was such a great actor. And this is just such a really good movie. It's a really good movie. It really is. Okay, now this is going on into my top 10, guys. Number 10. Black Widow. Okay, I know you guys have big problems with the villain of this movie. I do too, but I cannot help it. I love Black Widow so much. I still do think that this movie should have came out instead of Captain Marvel. Instead, this movie should have came out in that spot instead. But I really do enjoy the character of Black Widow, especially when you get into Infinity War and Endgame, how she's all about family and everything, and how it just really builds up her character. She means so much to the overall world, and I really like that. She's become a very strong female character, and it's not because she can just kick butt, which she definitely can, but it's because of how much she really cares about her family. And in this movie, we not only get her apart from her MCU family, but we really get to know her, how she grew up and her actual family. I really did enjoy most of the jokes. It's really funny. Again, it's just the villains that I think are completely stupid. But I can't put this in anything less than my top 10 because of how much I really care for the character of Natasha Romanoff. It is what it is. Now, number 9. Thor Ragnarok. What can I tell you? Thor Ragnarok. This one is absolutely hilarious. I really do enjoy Thor Ragnarok. I really enjoy Thor's character in this movie. Hulk, Hulk was actually pretty good. I just wish there were a couple jokes that weren't in there. This movie is hilarious. I love it. It's really interesting with Thor because as much as I love Thor Ragnarok, I really feel like this movie should not have been as funny as it is. I love the jokes. I laugh at all of them, but I really feel like they went too far with the jokes in this movie. You could have cut it back and it could have been a way better film. With that said, I still love the jokes. That's why it's so high in my top 10. Number 8. Da, 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 da. Iron Man. Yes. Yes, Iron Man has always been my favorite Iron Man character ever since this movie came out. You know, Spider-Man. I kind of always liked he was my first superhero character. Yes, but just the what it means for Iron Man. What I just really like about Iron Man is what he has to go through in his first movie alone. You know, he's a billionaire. He's super rich. He's super famous. He has all the girls. He has everything he wants. But does he? He really, when you look at his life, and it really tells the message that money and fame isn't going to make you happy. You know. And after he sees his weapons that he built, when he sees those weapons be turned to cause great evil, what does he do? He stands up for it, and that's just something that you know. Even with your biggest mistakes, you can still try to be good. You can still be a hero. It's the same thing with Vader. Even Iron Man isn't a villain like Vader is, but I just like the redemption with him. I can't help it. Tony Stark, that type of storytelling really speaks to me. Iron Man is one of my favorite characters because of that, and it just comes from the first movie. This is why it's number 7 on my list. Which, yeah, and then no, it's number 8 on my list. Number 7 on my list, Spider-Man: No Way Home. This is the Spider-Man movie we all wanted, and I know it is indeed Tom Holland, but this is the Spider-Man movie we all wanted. Like, literally, even though it's the worst version of Spider-Man to me in terms of character, in this one, they got right. He feels like Spider-Man. He feels like the Spider-Man I had when I was a kid. I loved this movie. I really enjoyed Doctor Strange in this movie. I really enjoyed Spider-Man's little friend in this movie. I really enjoyed Spider-Man's girlfriend. Look, MJ, she in this version of the movie, that's not MJ to me. I can't even, I don't even know why they call her MJ. I know why they call her MJ, but she is not MJ to me. But in this movie, I really feel the connection that he has with MJ at least, and I really like that. This is such a good movie. Okay, and from number 7, we go to number 6, Captain America. Of course, the first Avenger. What can you say? It's Captain America. Moving on. There's nothing to talk about there because it's just good. Avengers Endgame might be a surprise for you guys because it is my number 5. It is in my top 5, but it is not in my top 3. What can you say about Endgame? I know there is a lot of problems. I have problems with Endgame, but something that I just really enjoy about Endgame, and I know a lot of people probably don't, is just kind of the shock value, like killing off Thanos, and then them going back in time was interesting, and then to finish off my absolute favorite character story, Tony Stark. That's why Endgame is so high for me. Number 4, Civil War, Captain America versus Iron Man, and let me tell you, wow, just wow, how deep this story goes, how dark this story goes, amazes me. What can you say about Civil War? I don't want to take up too much time, so I'm moving on, but let me tell you, I can sit here and talk about Civil War for like the next half hour if we could, because I love this movie. Okay. Number 3. This is, well, yes. So you guys have to realize this, okay? When I was a really little kid, Iron Man was my favorite character, right? Okay? I watched the first Iron Man movie until I scratched it to death where it wouldn't play anymore. So you know what? Because we really didn't have money at the time, I couldn't replace my Iron Man 1 movie. So you know what movie I had to treat with a little bit more care if I ever wanted to see Iron Man again? Iron Man 2, and I watched this movie maybe 5 million more times than I watched the first Iron Man movie because of that. And I just have so many fond memories watching Iron Man 2 that I'm sorry, this is in my top 3, and this is without a doubt my favorite Iron Man movie. I'm not going to say there aren't problems with it, because there are.
I on crack.
But this is my favorite Iron Man movie. This is my favorite Iron Man movie, and I will defend it until the day I die as one of the best MCU films. I love Whiplash. I love Whiplash's backstory. I love what it means for Tony Stark. I love what Tony Stark has to go through with his father, and how that connects to what happens later on in terms of his own character. I love how they call back to Iron Man 2 in so many other ways. I like Rhodey in this movie. There is so much I love in this darn movie. And Justin Hammer, great.
I love the bird. I love the bird.
I love the bird.
I love the bird.
Give me that bird.
Birdie. His name is
Birdie. You know what? I love Justin Hammer's dance. When he walks on stage, he does that stupid dance. I love Justin Hammer. I love him as a rival to Tony. I love this movie so much.
I love the bird.
I love this movie so much.
I love
the bird. Number two. Okay. What do you think is gonna be my second favorite movie here? Huh? What two movies are left? Huh?
I know Infinity War and the first Avengers are left, but it's really and the fact that you have Iron Man 2 at number 3 has me thinking that Infinity War is going to be number 2.
You are. Come on.
Fun.
You are correct.
Yeah, we knew it, Austin.
Avengers Infinity War.
I
love Avengers Infinity War. It is far better than Endgame. It is one of the best superhero films that they have ever made. And to think at the end of it, Thanos, which of course leaves my number one, the first Avengers movie. The first time the Big Six, really the Big Three plus a couple others, the first time the Big Six have come together on screen.
Man, you took a huge shark.
I love this movie so much. I love it. I watched this movie even more than I watched Iron Man 2. Literally, if you asked me to put an MCU film on as a kid, it was either Iron Man 2 or this one. Literally. Those are the two movies I watched the most. I'm sorry.
Dylan, I could smell that from here. That shit. Oh my god, what the
I will
are you smoking, buddy? No, not what you're smoking. What are
Iron Man 3 is brilliant.
What are you sharding? Like, for real? It smells so horrible.
Iron Man 3 is brilliant. Then we have Avengers Infinity War, then we have Avengers. These movies are great. I love them.
It's an interesting top 3, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Now I can finally get down my list. All right.
Sorry.
Let's do it.
So, number 19 is the first Thor movie. I enjoyed it. Nothing special, though. Number 18, surprisingly, Civil War. Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Even Dylan had it in his... Bro, what the fuck are you smoking?
17 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 16, Ant-Man. Number 15, Endgame. Number 14, Shang-Chi. Number 13, Black Panther. Well, wait, no. Number 13, Age of Ultron. Number 12 is Black Panther. Number 11 Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Number 10, Doctor Strange. Number 9, Captain America: The First Avenger. Number 8, Iron Man. Number 7, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Number 6, Thor: Ragnarok. Number 5, and this is going to surprise people because I actually changed my opinion a lot, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Number 4,
Wow.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 3, the first Avengers movie. Number 2, Spider-Man: No Way Home. And number 1 is the real king that I can't believe you shitted on. That is Infinity War. Dylan.
What?
I think
Infinity War was my number 2.
Yeah, guess what? It should have been number 1.
No, the first Avengers is better.
I mean, like, my God. Like, that's you're sharding?
The first Avengers?
It smelled. Like, I mean, like, was that a number 4?
The first Avengers is awesome.
It was a number 4. No,
I love
no, it was
Avengers.
more than 4. A 5. It was a 5, Austin.
Oh my god, not a 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Whatever.
it was 5. Because he also puked. He sharded and he puked at the same time.
Damn.
I know.
Whatever.
Oh my
Iron
god.
Man 3.
Buddy, I'm just messing with you.
I know. I still say Iron Man 2 is in my top 3.
It's okay. I don't care. I just
All right.
want to just I want you to go back and rethink your life.
My number 19 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh shit!
I want to get your guys' reactions to my list now because this is gonna get fucking crazy.
This is wow. Okay.
Homecoming, it's all right. You know, it's not the best Spider-Man movie, but I see what they were going for. I like Michael Keaton. You know, it's good.
I really appreciate more though. That's the thing now.
Very true. Number 18, Ant-Man.
I like Ant-Man.
It's a good origin story. It's a good origin
It's
story.
a meh.
You know?
It's meh. with me.
No, it's a good movie.
No,
sorry.
it's meh.
Number 17, Shang-Chi.
I love Shang-Chi, actually.
I
The more
forgot to put Shang-Chi in my list, didn't I? Shang-Chi's really good.
Shang-Chi, like, I feel like it's more of a character study movie. If you look at it as that,
It's one of the better Phase 4 movies, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 16, Doctor Strange.
Oh shit! You okay?
Oh, Doctor Strange is pretty low.
Well, I still like it. I mean, it's a good movie.
Shit,
I mean,
bro!
it's a
I'd
good-
much rather Doctor Strange over the new one, actually. So shit.
I mean, I like this movie. I mean, it's a good origin story for Doctor Strange. Good adaptation. Dormammu was there. Mortal was cool. Like Wong. No, it's just a good movie. It's a good movie. I know I'm rushing, but we've been here for 2 hours, and I'm not trying to make it 30.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my number 16. My number 15, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Shit, so close.
Well, I'll say this about this, and I'm not going to spoil it, but you definitely need to go in with, I wouldn't say no expectation, but I would say lower your expectations a little bit if you had like the expectation of, oh my God, it's going to be really crazy in terms of the multiverse and stuff.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. So it's like, I think I've said this before. It's like, it's a movie that I feel like it's good on one hand, but on the other hand, it's really underwhelming. So
I said it was like an 8 out of 10. That's really it, you know.
I'm there, but I'm gonna probably see it again, and I'll maybe have a better opinion of it. Yeah. But I think just because it's my first time it was my first watch. I was like, it's good, but at the same time, it's like not good. Like, I don't know. We'll see how things
might change. It might change.
Yeah.
You know.
Number 14, the first Thor movie.
Well, that's
It's good. I mean, Again, it's not the best movie
Thor
ever.
was number 18 for me.
It's solid, it's a harmless, solid movie. I like the characters. Number 13, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Very fun movie, I will say. Very fun. That's all I have to say about it. It's really fun. Number 12, Iron Man 2.
Ah!
Well, it could have been worse. I could have put it dead last.
Oh shit!
Well,
you
that's
actually
true.
do have it at 12. Okay.
But like I said, it gets better over time. So
Yes, I do agree.
It's one of those movies that I think time has been really kind to it, because if the MCU flopped after this movie would have sucked. But because the MCU has prospered, this movie actually sets up so much that it actually works.
Yes.
So Iron Man 2, you got lucky. Son of a bitch. Number 11, Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yes.
Okay.
It's good. I think the first act is probably the best part of the movie before
Yes.
he becomes Captain America. But it's a good Captain America origin story, if that makes any sense. And I think Red Skull's kind of cool. Number 10, the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
Okay, that's a surprise.
It's a sleeper hit. It's really fun. It's better than the second one. I think it has a good balance of the humor and the fun actiony stuff. So it's number 10 for a reason. Number 9, Black Panther. Really good movie, I will say. Chadwick Boseman, Wakanda Forever, my friend. Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
And I also like Michael B. Jordan. So it's my number 9. I like the world building. So number 9. Number 8, Avengers Endgame. Overrated. I think that's probably the best word I could say for Endgame. Not as good as I probably would have liked it to be, but I did like the last act, and the last act is what put it at number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Number 7, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Now I just want everybody to know, short hair Thor is goated.
Yes.
If short hair Thor had both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, this man would have fucking killed Thanos in 15 seconds. This man would have dominated Thanos.
Yep.
Long hair Thor is a bitch. Short hair Thor is where it's at. He's a fucking god, man. But it has to be short hair Thor with the one eye. He can't have both eyes. He's got to have the one eye. He looks way cooler.
Yeah. You know what? Is it just me, or are you guys also mad at the fact that they gave him another eye? Because to me, they should have kept him with the eye patch.
Yeah, the eye patch is way cooler. I mean, I don't mind the new eye, but the eye patch is just way cooler. Way, way cooler.
Yeah, I agree, actually, to me, this movie, and see, that's the thing. It's we just got this Thor where, he lost his eye and, his hair, he cut it and all that. And then what does Endgame do?
Undoes everything.
Exactly. Which I kind of don't like.
Well, Infinity War undid his eye. But
well, no, but here's the thing.
I do agree.
I was okay with that because that was just a small change,
Mm-hmm.
Also, I put it at number 7 because Jeff Goldblum's in it, and I love Jeff Goldblum, so it's my number 7. Number 6, the first Iron Man.
Strangely, that was number 8 for me.
It's the movie that started it all. It's a fucking great movie. Love this movie. I would say that maybe the only real problem I have with it is I do feel like the final battle is kind of rushed, but even then, the final battle was awesome. So. Overall, great movie. Number 6. Number 5, the first Avengers.
Okay.
Look, it's the first Avengers movie. The first time something like this actually happened, where they bring in all these characters from the different movies and brought them in for one huge team up movie. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was simple, to the point, but my God, is it a fun ride?
I fully agree.
That is my number 5. My number 4. Captain America: Civil War, aka
Fully disagree.
aka Avengers 2.5. This is actually one of my favorite Marvel movies. Actually, what I really liked about it, it's not even the fact that because granted, this was the movie that introduced Black Panther and Spider-Man into the MCU, but I like the difference in ideologies, and I think that's the one thing I really liked about it is that it's kind of outlines like the hypocrisies and kind of like you understand why they're doing the way they are, like why they're doing it, type of thing. Like Iron Man wants the superheroes to be registered within the government and basically have the government control them because when they don't get controlled, shit like happens at the beginning of the movie happens. And also the reasons why the Avengers movies happens because there's mass casualties. But Captain America's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, no, superheroes should be allowed to do whatever they want. And yeah, and like there could have been a balance, but it's like two egos going at it in a way. So two like high intense like people with like these like arrogance and egos, like it worked, and like the action sequences are awesome, and just like the emotional moments really hit. Like my god, the final battle in the bunker was fucking awesome between
Yeah,
Bucky.
that one line from Tony Stark about Captain America and Captain drops the shield, bro. Oh my god.
That was goated. So Civil War is my number 4, great movie. Number 3, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I think Captain America: The Winter Soldier is, I'd say the reason why I put it over Civil War is I think because this is the best Captain America movie. Like Civil War is a Captain America movie on technicality, but Civil War is more like an Avengers movie. This is a Captain America movie.
Yes.
And this was fucking awesome, from the action sequences to the actual like the plot of the movie. I like this kind of like film for Captain America. It's like a thriller, but it's like a spy movie, and it's just like you have this great action sequences with him and Bucky, and like the stealth suit he has at the beginning is awesome. I wish he kept that because that was a really nice looking suit. I mean, Nick Fury was great. Natasha looking fine as always. This introduces Falcon, which he was great in it. I loved Bucky. I mean, everything about it it's perfect. It is literally the perfect Captain America movie.
Yes.
And if there's 2 other movies I love more though, and my number 2 is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love Spider-Man: No Way Home is that this movie not only met my expectations, but they exceeded my expectations. Like this is without a doubt the best MCU Spider-Man movie. Like,
it is. It's the best. Well, it's arguably one of the best Spider-Man movies there is.
yes, like it's, to me, it's not the best, but I would say it's one of the best.
Yes. I
Like
as well.
it pays respect to the characters. It just all of it just is. It's perfect. Like it's. Granted, the first act is kind of meh. It's kind of like, again, we're kind of back in like the MCU Spider-Man territory where it's cringy humor, but even then, I thought the first act was not that bad. And when like Doc Ock showed up, holy shit! Then that movie just like went to another level, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Like it was just like this movie was just, it exceeded my expectations. Like to me, Doctor Strange is an example where I don't think it necessarily met my expectations. Like it was good, but it like my expectations were a little higher than what it was. Whereas No Way Home, my expectations were like I was really excited for it, and my expectations were met. Like this is kind of like how I felt when the Insomniac Spider-Man game came out, because like my excitement was there, but it exceeded my expectations. So this movie was awesome, and seeing Toby and Andrew again. Dude, that was fucking awesome. I mean, that was incredible. I mean,
and even the villains appearing and all.
Yeah, they were. It was such a nice, like it's like a nostalgia movie.
It's a nostalgia movie, but it was also its own thing.
Exactly.
That's what was great about it. Like they did the fan service, but it still was its own movie. And that scene with Aunt May, actually, I tear up still, Like,
and at the end of the day, I mean, if anybody has to give the great power comes great responsibility. I'd rather it be Uncle Ben, but if anybody else had to do it, I would have Aunt May do it.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I think Uncle Ben just doesn't exist in this universe of Spider-Man. You know?
If he wasn't being like, because again, like Toby had Uncle Ben just like Andrews did.
Yeah,
Tom,
that it's really weird with me about that because on the one hand, it's like I really wish it was Uncle Ben, and they just replaced Uncle Ben with her. It's kind of like, oh, come on. On the other
No,
hand, though, it
it
was
makes
so
sense.
good. Hold on, Ninjoid, hold on. It was so good, and it felt so right for the character that I can't be mad at it. Does that make sense?
makes sense. And I will say the action's great. I just think this movie was terrific. But there's one movie that I love even more than this. And number one is Avengers Infinity War. To me, this is the quintessential perfect Marvel movie. And it's the perfect Avengers film. And while the first Avengers is great as like first time, this is like the perfect, like, I guess not necessarily conclusion, but this was like the beginning of the end for the MCU. But this was a very high to like get us hyped for Infinity or Endgame. Is this movie I thought was terrific. I mean, Thanos was awesome. I mean, the action sequences, like this movie was like fucking, it was like a million miles per hour, and you were like, it was intense. But this movie worked so well and it was so good that it's like what do you want me to say about this? It's like everything that you wanted to go right in this movie went right. And it's without question my favorite MCU movie of all time. Like it's not, I mean, granted there's better, I mean, no, I'd say this is probably, if not my favorite superhero film. I mean, there's definitely other ones out there that I really like, but Infinity War is just it's terrific. Like this is the perfect. It's just, I wouldn't say it's like it's great. It's amazing. Like, I mean, granted, after this, the MCU kind of it was almost like we kind of fell off, but this was fucking awesome. Like I loved it. Like Infinity War, no matter what my thoughts are on Marvel now, I will always treasure phases 1 through 3 for the fact that they gave me like just a great, it was always something I was excited for. And Infinity War was just like an, oh my god, like the trailers, from the trailers to like the actual, just like to the movie. It's like this movie, it was so good. Like
That's why it's my second favorite. It's such a good movie.
it's amazing. I personally, if you haven't seen the movie, if anybody here hasn't seen them, I know you guys have seen it, but like if anybody in chat hasn't seen it, which I mean, I would kind of hope people have seen it, but if you guys have seen it, go and do so because it's great.
With that said, it means so much more when you watch the other films and how Infinity War builds up on everything you've seen before is fantastic. And
No,
then it
but
all
here's
leads
the
into
thing.
Endgame, which
Infinity War can stand by its own, though.
it really can, though. It really
That's
can.
the thing. It's like you don't have to watch the previous stuff to actually understand Infinity War, which is surprising,
Yeah, it really is surprising.
but it's so good that it does that. It can be a standalone movie, but it's also like part one to the ultimate final battle, I guess you would say, of all these movies. And also, to me, there's no scene in that movie. Like, I can't really name a negative out of Infinity War. Is that just like maybe a nitpick, like maybe a line or whatever? But that's really it. Like, I can't really say anything wrong with
I'm
Infinity.
with you there. I'm with you there. And that's exactly how I feel about the first Avengers movie too. I don't see any issue with that film at all. Maybe you guys can,
Neither,
but I can't.
me neither, really.
Those two films. Those two films are
Um.
perfect.
Well, okay. I guess like the post-credit scene in the first Avengers, where they bring up Mistress Death at the end, and we never see Mistress Death later on down the line.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a problem, but I can look past that. Because honestly, when they brought up Mistress Death, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna be in it later on, you know? And I mean, that's actually what I thought Endgame was gonna have. It like as soon as they kill off Thanos in the first act, I'm like, oh, maybe Mistress Death is gonna be like the main villain of this movie then. No. You know, but that's just what I thought.
Yeah. Well, with that said, we went 2.5 hours. Holy shit, we haven't done a stream like that in a long time.
Yeah.
No, we haven't. There's
So
so much to talk about Marvel though, because we all
Yeah.
really love it. It might not be my number one thing, but it sure is close.
well, it used to be my number one thing.
Until then
Well,
they
Star Wars has always been my number one thing, so
Yeah, but even that's not even my number one thing anymore either. So,
yeah.
well, we all know that's Ninjoid's favorite, in particular, the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yes, The Rise of Skywalker is my favorite Star Wars movie. And you know what's my second favorite Star Wars movie?
Or what is it?
Well, it's not even a movie. It's a show. It's Book of Boba. Book of Boba
Okay,
shit.
see now you're going too far.
I'm messing with you. It's Book of Boba shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It is Boba
It's
shit.
It's Book of Booby shit. Okay, so so anyway, so Book of Booby shit. Um. Anyway, you know why it's a masterpiece, Austin?
Why?
Because we saw the 007 move in Star Wars with the spin move. That's like the best Star Wars scene of all time. Do you know why?
Why is it?
Because it subverts expectations and it doesn't do anything.
You're right. You are absolutely correct.
And
Yeah,
also,
don't do anything.
the whole show subverts expectations because then Boba's like, at the end of the day, he fought for the whole thing to be a crime lord, and he's like, I don't think we're in for this. And it's like, what the hell? What the hell is this man smoking now? Is he on some death sticks?
When I heard that line, I swear to God, I thought I misheard him. I'm like, wait, what? Like, can we please go back a second? Like, I don't even know if it's a joke or not. If it's literally,
I think it is a joke. No, I think it's a joke, but still, I think the guy is smoking something.
If it's revealed that it's not a joke, though, I would be so pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed as well. Like I'm actually.
Yeah.
I'd break down crying. I'm like, so what the fuck was the point of Book of Boba Fett then? If you're gonna fucking have Boba Fett,
That was the point.
It was to show that Boba is into banthas.
that is
Yes.
true. Well, that and also we gotta have proof for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, we also gotta just care about Mando. That's it, you know.
It's like
Mando's the only thing that you gotta care about. That's it.
Speaking
You're not
of
allowed
which,
to care about
great
anything else.
Great video, Austin, on the how much you hate Star Wars ranking. I was watching that yesterday night. It was interesting. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like my ranking, Ninjoid?
Oh, I really did. The fact that you basically said Last Jedi was the most hated one, kind of like was like, oh, okay.
Actually, you know what, Ninjoid? I'm gonna put your Star Wars thing to the test.
What?
You know how I did it? Well, you're gonna do it right now, Bucko.
No, buddy. I'm a little bit busy.
No, it's only gonna take a few minutes. It's gonna take a few minutes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Not gonna take long. And Dylan's gonna do it too.
No. Oh.
Do what?
All right. So how much I hate it, right?
Yes, how much you hate it.
Okay.
Do what? Yeah, hate what?
it's kind of a video that I did a few days ago where it's like I did a bracket fights where it's like how much I hate what it basically I it goes forward depending on how much I hate it.
Oh, okay.
So Ninjoid, what do you hate more? Star Wars A New Hope or Star Wars Visions?
Oh, Visions, of course.
Do you hate Last Jedi or Jedi Fallen Order more?
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order because of the spy. Well, wait, no, I'll say Last Jedi
Good move.
because we got the Rose Tico, saving what we hate, but saving what we love type of shit. Um, oh, oh
Clone Wars or
shit.
Rogue One?
Wow, this one's hard because I like both of them. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna say Clone Wars for this.
Whoa! Okay.
Damn. Damn, the hot take already.
Solo.
Okay, you hate Solo more.
Oh no. Which Force
Choose-
Unleashed is that?
Oh my god.
Choose Force Unleashed.
What the fuck?
Sorry, Revenge of the Sith is far superior.
I mean, I agree, but like, dude, fuck you.
But the new Battlefront too.
Even though I liked it, though, it was
Yeah.
still.
The Clone Wars movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, they're both shit.
Oh no! Hold on, wait.
Come on, Austin. I can't. Okay. How about the CNC?
Okay, so you hate that more?
Yeah, I've seen both of these movies and they're both shit. Oh shit. I think I'm gonna leave a big shit here. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I gotta look at it from this point of view. All right. One, I hate anime. Two, I don't like. I like Last Jedi still. It's just there's a lot of issues with it.
Oh
So
my god, you said
I'm
it.
gonna have to say Last Jedi actually,
Okay, good choice. Good choice.
just because the kind of like just it did not feel like a sequel to Force Awakens, which I just don't like that aspect of it so much. You know, Solo.
Good move. Good move.
Battlefront,
All right. Good move. Good move.
the CNC. Oh shit. Man, my ranking might actually change. I don't know. It's like the more I think about Last Jedi, it's like I still like it. That's the thing. It's like somehow I still like it, but I have so many goddamn issues with it. And then we have Solo, which Solo is just Solo. What can I say?
It's Solo.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know which one's gonna win for my least favorite.
Say Last Jedi.
So you going Last Jedi?
Yeah, I'm actually going Last Jedi for once. Which one I hate more, right?
Yeah, it's which one you hate more.
CNC. CNC.
All right, CNC wins. All right, let's go to the finals. Which one do you hate more, Phantom Menace or Mandalorian?
Phantom Menace, I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was gonna pick the Phantom Menace myself.
Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong?
Mando's a lot. No, I enjoy Mando, and I also enjoy Phantom Menace, but yeah. Battlefront, the new one, 2015 or whatever.
Yeah, that was shit.
That one was horse shit. Boca Boba shit.
Yeah, good
Or,
choice.
no, Boca Booba Fata. Booba Fata. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Because it's a bad batch of episodes.
Yes, it is.
Forces
Thank
of
you.
Destiny, which Austin, I did actually see the entire Forces of Destiny, and let me tell you, that was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was. I can't stand the girlies.
I'm telling you, there was worse than that show.
All right, let's continue. Oh, Resistance. Like, for real, I love Return of the Jedi. How dare they, put on the same thing? No. um, the old Clone Wars.
Okay.
Uh, oh my goodness. My favorite Star Wars movie. Right next to my second favorite Star Wars movie. This is so hard to choose. I'm gonna say the holiday special. Battlefront.
Yeah, the new Battlefront's worse than Phantom Menace.
Shit, fuck.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Oh my god, that's hard.
Fuck.
I don't know which one I would choose. Yes, I do. Bad Batch. But Boba, man, that's hard.
I
Are
want
you
to
gonna,
cry.
so you gonna go
I just
Boba
want
Fett,
to
dude?
cry. I just want to cry. You know what?
You
I'm
gonna go
actually
Boba
gonna
Fett?
say I'm gonna go with that Bad Batch
Okay.
because I at least enjoyed. I enjoyed both, but I think I enjoyed Boba Fett a little bit more, just because it was live action.
You
Forces
know
of
what?
Destiny.
With this one, I would actually pick Forces of Destiny over Star Wars Resistance.
Okay. You know what? It's 100% the clone. No, it's the holiday special.
Damn.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's Battlefront.
Yeah, the new Battlefront. Fuck 2015 Battlefront.
Oh shit! Oh
Which-
fuck! I'm
Which
really.
one's worse and which one's worser?
Oh fuck! Okay, so do I want to go with the SJW one, or the one which Luke looks like a girl?
No, remember, the holiday special is for the memes, right? The memes.
The memes. I know I should think about the memes, but I can't get it out of my head. Hear Luke singing and Harrison Ford singing as well. You know what? I'm gonna do. No, holiday special.
Oh, damn.
Holiday special.
All right, fine. The holiday special.
Oh shit. CNC.
CNC is worse?
I actually think those Ewok movies are total garbage. At least with the holiday special, we saw a little bit of the Empire there, and we saw that small animated segment of Boba Fett, which was actually good. So, like I have to think about that stuff. Where with the Ewok movies, I can't even sit down and watch them anymore. Maybe I'll do like a live watch party and just say we're gonna watch the Ewoks taking shit, guys. We're gonna see them. There's gonna be a scene where they're taking shit. We're gonna be watching the Ewok shit movies.
Yes.
Man, I'm so hyped now. I'm gonna do a live stream on that. Why the Ewoks are shit. The movies, the movie series, not Return of the Jedi. Don't say that because I actually love the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi.
But overall, they're shit.
But overall, this film series is shit. Star Wars' film series is shit. No, it's not. You know what's my favorite Star Wars movie?
The Rise of Skywalker.
No, it's The Last Jedi now, motherfucker, because it's the last motherfucker.
Oh boy.
It's the last motherfucking shit. It's the last shit. That's what it's called. It's the last shit. And then it's The Rise of the Shark. My God. It's the Force Sharks, the last shit, and then the Force Sharks, the last shit from the ass. There we go, guys. That's why I called it The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi from the Darkness, so I can make that meme. From the ass.
Honestly, you know what should have been really called? It should have been called The Force
Sharks,
Awakens, The
the
Last
last
Jedi
shit
from his
the
nap.
ass.
Right, guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
The
I'm
Force
gonna...
Awakens, The Last Jedi from his nap. Come on, episode 9
No,
should have been called From His Nap.
No, it's not. Dylan, don't you dare say that. Guess what it is? It's
What?
The Shark Awakens, the last shit from the ass. It's just slowly coming out of his ass. And then
Okay, so
Palpatine's hook is on his ass, and he's like, "Hey, my shit is slowly coming down." And his shit that's slowly coming down turns out to be named Ray.
now that's common, yeah.
That's
very
common.
much. So you want me to do it too, Austin?
Do you want to do it?
I have to sign. I have
Let's
to
not.
go, Austin. That's the thing.
Let's
Alright.
not actually, yeah, because let's end this stream.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, we went on too long. Want to thank everybody in the chat: David Q, TWTG, Krish, Tim, Deshaun. Thank you guys for showing up. If you guys want to plug your channels real quick, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, on my channel, I actually have uploaded one of the last chapters. I think I only have one more chapter to do of Morgan, my fan fiction. So go check that out. Chapter 6 of Morgan. Go check that out on my own channel.
Alrighty. Guys, go check out my channel. From the Darkness is coming out soon. Alright, like I'm legit gonna be working on it now. So gonna make sure it gets done in time now for the next release date. I'm so sorry it did not come out May the 4th. I failed you guys, and I'm gonna make
You did
sure
not
that
fail us.
yes, I did. I'm gonna
No,
get
you
it
didn't.
done for around June-ish, or even by the end of this month. I'm gonna try. There's no set release date though, because I just don't want to promise something and then for it to not happen again. So yeah, there's just been a lot of shit going on lately. So yeah. But yeah, guys, go check that stuff out. We have some great voice talent that's helping, some great visual effects artists and all of that. Animation scenes are happening, and we're kind of considering adding a new character into it last minute. So yeah, go check out that stuff. All the updates are on my channel if you want to go see my progress on From the Darkness. There's a clip that I released which is finalized. So if you guys do want to go check out that clip, it's a Dark Awakening. It's called.
By Anakin Skywalker, which is
Go check out that, and also I have a new channel. It's no longer called the Droid Cantina. It's called Star Wars Underworld, where I'm going to be starting to do some uploads regarding. First, it's going to be about the sequel trilogy characters, like my opinions and views on it. It's going to be like video essays almost, like why this character was not as bad as what people say, or this character is horse shit, or something like that. But I'm not going to be using terms like horse shit. I'm actually going to be smart with my words, and I'm going to be telling it all factually and try and sway people and all that, because
No, it's horseshit because it sucks.
it's horseshit because it sucks. Yeah, 100%. No. And I'm also going to be, my first video I decided to do will be why Ray is actually a decent character. Like, that's not like the name of the video, but that's basically what the video will be about, is why Ray's not as bad as what everyone claims she is. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. And thank you, Austin, for having me on. I'm sorry I was late, but shit happens, I'll say.
No worries. Well, I hope everybody had fun tonight. I know it was a little long, but it was Friday night. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I got nothing.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Austin. Next time we'll do my version of You Know What I Hate, but this time let's finish the stream.
Yes. So I'm not going to talk about where you can find me. I can just find me everywhere. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Osnator signing out. Peace.
Bye.